What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Mike Lewis, how are you? Hey, Miss Toby. I fell asleep and woke up with yelling. Can't wait to hear your commentary. Girl, it was a hot mess. Hey, Truth and Reason. Can you guys hear me okay? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, because I don't want to go too far if you can't hear me. Let me see if you guys can hear me. All right, thank you, Truth and Reason. Okay, now I know you guys can hear me. So I did see Truth and Reason over there. It was cringeworthy at best. And Madam Scorpio, she better get in here because she was the one who told me to go live. And I usually tell people, "Oh no, I'm not going live." But yeah, I was over there. I just happened to click in somewhere in the middle of some big argument. So you know me, I redballed it back because I wanted to hear the origin of the argument. And the origin of the argument was behind. I thought you knew. Hey, good morning. How are you? We're talking about what went on over there with Flickr, and they're so toxic. When you align yourself for evil, bad things happen. I definitely agree. It is like really toxic. So yes, please hit the like button on your way in. I would greatly appreciate that. It's a play. It gotta be because it's like so ridiculous that what went on over there. And personally, I am K Fit was over there. The real K Fit was over there, and of course, Flickr is done talking over Toya. Toya came up; she was calm, and of course, Flickr talked all over her, and all this yelling and screaming and nonsense, talking about politics while she says she doesn't vote, as if anything she says about politics even matters. Once you say you don't vote, you have no voice. So why are you talking to me about politics? Because you do not matter in the game of politics whatsoever. So they were trying to have a conversation, and then your homeboy GX got up there, Miss Toby, and I was surprised that he was actually talking with some sense. And he said that maybe she ought to vote. It's very important. The local elections, the stuff everybody knows, but it's all figured out. You guys are stupid. You guys don't know. Just a whole dumb conversation. So that's where it started. And then Toya, just held her calmness, and you could tell that I could tell that Flickr was drunk, because at one point I said, "What do you have a retainer in your mouth because you're slurring?" And sure enough, on down the road, about 10 or 15 minutes later, we discovered that Flickr was drunk as usual again, and it's a wonder that she is not pissing jet fuel. I guess her business is fueling planes with her pee, because she is always hot, pissy drunk. Child bye, how you doing? Nessa Smart, she kept Toya up there to embarrass this heat. This heat isn't as smart as she portrays to be. Not smart at all. Not smart at all. And you see how threatened she was when she said, "Oh, do you want to let me bring Beasley up?" Nessa should have just brought Beasley up, because she was so intimidated. She got so furious that it was even a thing. Yeah, I know, Miss Toby. I really wanted to see Beasley come up there because she was in such fear of Beasley being up there. That is why I really wanted him to be up there. And then she doesn't want him up there, and this whole big rigmarole. And then she reaches in the chat for K Fit. Now she always does this, reaching in for K Fit. These troll people. Nina does that a lot too. I have Nina on ignore, and Nina talks about me all throughout the chat, and I don't care. See, because this type of thing shows you how psychotic some of these people really are. I mean, she can tell you everything that I do on my live. Like I care. Thank you for the view. Like this is all you're doing to me. It's everything is really ineffective. And I was so glad that Kate, the real Kate Fit, was like, child, I ain't going up there. I ain't got nothing to prove to this chick. Why would I go up there? Hey, chill out. How you doing? Hey, Beasley, how you doing? Uh, I'm on my way to work. Just on time. Hey, well, I don't know if you saw that fiasco that went on over there on Ness's channel, but Ness is in fear of heat. I don't think that that's real. Hey, Madam Scorpio, I said you better get over here. I okay. Who thinks that this fear of heat is real? I mean, what exactly does Ness has as a secret that could put her in fear? I mean, it seems like Ness's life has been an open book. And so it's not like we have any high expectations of Ness. I don't think that anything that he could say would surprise us about Ness. LSA boss. Oh, so you unblock me and you come over here and type in my chat. Hello, LSA boss. You got over yourself? With all due respect, Ronnie Q, what that's what your host friends be doing. I'm not clear on that. What do my host friends be doing? We're not even talking about hoes with heart. If you want to have a conversation with hoes with heart, you're more than welcome. But they're not the topic of discussion over here. So I've never heard you have a discussion with them. So we're gonna stay on topic right now. Good morning. Meanwhile, it's a play, baby. Every time Ness' name isn't ringing in the streets, all of a sudden, her and this he'd have a falling out. Yeah, it was just because it was just totally nonsensical. I'm laughing my ass off. Hey Beasley, did you hear her? Don't bring Beasley up here. Don't bring Beasley up here. And as soon as it was clear you were no longer backstage, and then she start bringing your name up, cursing you out, saying you live in a homeless shelter. She knows all about you, but she didn't want to have a conversation with you under any circumstances. So I thought that it's just some weak bitch shit, trying to act like she's big and bad and just totally proving every day she's a weak bitch. Pizza said today that this heat is holding something over her. The piece of lies. So I don't, these are all three liars. So we can talk. What? I don't know what you're saying. We can talk. That wasn't a play. You don't think it's a play? Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. I got the tail in while getting ready. So she's having this argument with Toya, and it was so funny. Ness sat up there. She didn't say anything. She tried to get Heat to stop talking so Toya could be heard. But of course, as soon as Toya started talking, she started yelling and screaming over her. And Toya's like, why are you yelling? Why are you screaming? I'm having a conversation with you. But of course, she yells and screams all over Toya, showing how immature and ignorant she really is. Can't by another Jay Wilson can't have a conversation with somebody. Hey, Manny, how are you doing? So it wasn't until Flicker said something to Toya about you have a weave in your head. Oh, and she went into, you don't have any money. I have way more money than you. You don't know who I am. Blah 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 blah. Blah. The same old regurgitated BS, as if she knows anything about anyone's financial situation, and as if we would be pressed upon what she says her financial situation is. See, it doesn't work like that. And nobody really even cares about your financial situation and nobody's even insulted about you saying that they're poor because you don't know anything about these people you speak of. So it wasn't until she said that Toya has a weave that Ness got highly offended, and Ness came charging in mad. And I guess she's sitting up here like, how dare you talk about people wearing fake hair when I wear fake hair? So that tickled me. And that was the point that they started arguing. I'm on topic. You said we trolls have their names in your mouth with Nina. I said the thing about these trolls like Nina. I didn't say you trolls have my name in their mouth. I was talking about Nina and Flickr. I was speaking of two specific people who are always talking crazy stuff about people, trying to lure people into having an argument with them so they can yell and scream and say the same ignorant shit over them. Like nobody's looking for that. So that's what I was speaking of. I didn't. Yeah, you did derail the topic because you were talking about holes with heart, and holes with hearts didn't have anything to do with this topic. My topic is my topic, and you did derail it. You behind with chat. I typed that like in the beginning. Okay, I'm behind with the chat, and I'm going at my own pace. So there's that. Yes, you stayed backstage. Okay. So you heard all of that went on. I didn't want to have a convo with her. I just wanted to know how to push the buttons. Well, you know how to push the button. Hit the link. You definitely hit the buttons when you hit the link. You missed the Toya part. Okay. So that's where it all started. So then once she started talking about the hair weave situation, Ness got offended and she jumped in and okay. Okay, LSA. They would hurt each other if they lived in the same town. And all this, go click my community wall, go check out my community wall. You know, she is always trying to garner traffic to that lame ass community wall with those fourth and fifth grade clip art pictures and doctored pictures that she put on there with this lame commentary. Oh, my community wall is undefeated, but your channel is. How's that? How is it that your community wall is so undefeated? I never heard of people bragging about their community walls being undefeated. I guess her community wall would be undefeated because nobody is even checking for community walls. Nobody is the community wall post isn't important to a content creator. See, content creators are creating content, not community wall posts. So there's that. Hey, Sharika Chicago, how you doing, Mr. YouTube? Streets, hello, how are you doing? Beans and cornbread. Okay, let me see what you're saying. Ness lives in fear of losing her sponsor, and that's the only thing that I can see that she's holding over her head. Whatever financial. Good morning, Gummy Bama. Let's drink about it. That's the only thing that I see that she could be in fear of is losing the monetary gains. What this Flickr gives her, because there is no way in heck that I would routinely let somebody sit up and verbally abuse me. And it's not like she just want to have a conversation or she is insulted about something that Ness says on her own platform and wants to talk about it. No, she chooses to try to really humiliate her. And there's some things about some women who they don't believe you love them unless you're abusing them. And I think that this is my opinion, that Ness seems to be the type of woman who's caught up in that cycle of dysfunctional type of relationship and these over emotional yelling and screaming type relationships. So she thinks that is a show of passion. And the fact of the matter that she set up on that live after Flickr, after Ness kept putting her backstage and she's so insulted, but not once did she leave because she wanted to do this big performance. See, that's the thing about it. See, she wanted to perform for everybody. So it was just really childish and really silly and really stupid. And then Ness comes with a proclamation. Oh, well, I'm in fear of my life and she's threatening me and I'm so afraid. And, but I have more stuff on you that could last 6 years. 6 months. You do your big one. And, I have so much stuff on you. And you told me that your family are criminals and all this blah, 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 blah. And just a whole lot of yelling over each other. So, it just is really kind of pathetic at this point. it's really kind of pathetic at this point because um in my opinion, like the earlier part of Nessa's live, where she was having good ideas, was talking to Sir King, saying they should collab on his channel and this, that, and the other. And then the stipulation that she put in, oh, but you must put in with special guest Heidi. I was like, girl, sit down somewhere. Do your thing and quit letting this jealous, possessive slime bucket hold you down. So let me see what you guys are saying. If she's so rich, why is she not on town in Louisiana where all the women she's in LA, so where all the women she said she have. So if she's so rich, why is she? And if Ness is such a druggie, she called Ness, you're nothing but a druggie. But see, you knew Ness was a druggie. People call themselves warning you about Ness's behavior, but you went and you pursued Ness because you knew that Ness was something that you wanted, and that was the best that you were going to get. LSA got a picture of Ness's son. I missed it. I didn't see it either. So I saw the video clip of him walking up to her and her rubbing his head, but I didn't see the whole conversation with the mother and the sister. I mean, with the mother and the brother or anything like that. So I just did get a little quick glimpse of him. Good morning, V's Interior Design. I'm doing great in yourself. So, when they first started dating, I said they would be dragging each other by the end of the summer, and I was right. I mean, I don't, yeah, that was like so quickly that they, started with this stuff. Who screamed at the son? I didn't hear anyone scream at the son. There was a conversation with the son that I heard that he was asked if he watched Nessa's videos, and he said yes. And it was a whole conversation of why he shouldn't with Nessa's mom and Nessa's brother and blah 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 blah. So you know, yeah, she's been known. The Ness was who she was, and she was forewarned about it, and now she thinks it's a drag that this is the best you could do, Miss. Oh, I date beautiful women, and I date this, and I date that, and I date the other, and now you're sitting up here yelling like a banshee at Ness. So I do believe it's a financial situation that Ness is comfortable with, much like now. Don't tell me we got two Natashas revealed out here today. I think the Ness is the Natasha number two. I think what do you think? I think Ness is another Latasha and Flicker is another William. This is what it is. Good morning, all y'all. Stop lying. We telling the truth today. Ness is too smart for that controlling narcissist. I definitely agree because, like I was starting to say in the beginning, Ness was talking about what she can do with that would be good for her page. She had a good amount of people. Her and Sir King had a good conversation. Ness can get a little flighty and off topic, but it was funny the different reads that she was doing in the meantime, in between time when she was talking to Sir King. But then to have to feel like, and she may have gotten a text message or something, God knows, but to feel arm wrangled into having to include this person who is only tearing her channel down at every turn. It seems like she tries to tear Ness's panel down because nobody is there for Flicker. I don't see any cheerleaders. I don't see anybody wanting to see Flicker, and all she does is kill the panel, kill the vibe, kill everything on the channel. But it seems to me that Ness is so financially dependent upon her that this will continue to happen. That's just my opinion. I ain't saying it's fact, but that's what it looks like to me. If it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So my question today is, who do you think is responsible for ruining Taco Tuesday today? I mean, technically it was Wednesday. It started out Tuesday when they did the live, but Taco Tuesday was totally ruined. The scissors were dull. The tacos wasn't hitting right. They was hitting on pelvic bone and stuff. Painful, just painful to watch. It was just horrible. They grabbed his arm and all screamed a bit. then got control. But at first, it was very alarming to that poor child. I don't know who you're talking about. I think you're talking about Ness's son. Let me go back up. Give me my flowers. I don't know who you're. I didn't see that. Okay. No, all of you missed it. It was to take off the topic of Ness's son saying he watches Ness channel and Ness' reaction to that, screaming at her son. I didn't see that part. So you're saying that Ness was screaming at her son, and okay, so that I didn't see that part. I just heard that they had a conversation. I didn't know about any of that type of stuff going on. I don't think her and Sir King should collab. It would just be the same reads on the same content creators. Um, could be. But if they have some good conversation, I mean, because they really had a good conversation, other than Ness being distracted. You know how Ness gets distracted, and she'll do a read of a in between a sentence, right in the middle of a sentence. I think she should try something better, because what she's doing with Flickr really ain't it. This shit is just like, it's just crazy. And good morning, Ray Black. Drinking my coffee and going back to the clouds. Thank you for dropping down and saying hello. In my opinion, they are equally pathetic. They are. I definitely agree that they are equally pathetic. Okay. Let me see what LSA Boss. Sanjay ruined it with Taco Tuesday. But one thing to you, Ronnie, if I may. Okay, Lipstick Alley. You may. What is it, Lipstick Alley? What is the one thing, Lipstick Alley Boss? Hey, Styles with T-Sit. Girl, you ain't missed nothing. And if Ness has any good sense, she would put that live on private or membership or something as well, because it's just like, it was just horrible. It's just silly, and it's just juvenile, and it's just so beneath what an adult content creator should be putting out as content, because it's old, it's tired. I'm going to reveal everything about you. Oh, I know so much about you. Oh, I know this, I know that, blah, 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 blah. No one cares. Doxing is so juvenile and so lame. If you're sitting up talking about doxing, you're lame. That's the bottom line. You're lame. So let me see what LSA Boss wants. No need to be hostile. I wasn't hostile. I said, what is the one thing? I have no problems with you. Never did, but you blocked me. You blocked me. Everybody's in the room. Hey, LSA Boss. Hey, LSA Boss. I don't see LSA Boss nowhere. So let's be clear. You did have a problem with me for some reason. You have a problem with Hoes with Hearts, but you decided to block me for some reason. But hey, that's your block button. So don't come in here acting like you didn't have a problem with me. I don't have a problem with you, but you seem to have a problem with me, LSA Boss. We're gonna keep it Gucci in here, okay? Hey, Latasha Phillips, how are you? Hey, Mandisa, what's going on? Good morning, Ronnie Q in chat. Have a beautiful day. You as well, Mandisa. Okay, Ness and this heat are equally toxic, and I think they're toxicity really feeds off each other, and I don't think that it's like, I don't see it going anywhere. And I still love my steak tacos with Santa Claus margarita. Oh, they didn't ruin your Taco Tuesday, huh? Yeah. But I derailed nothing. Listen, LSA Boss. Yeah, you did derail something. If I said you derailed it, then you derailed it. You're not the judge derailing the conversation, because I'm judging and I'm letting you know you're derailing the conversation. This is not about Hoes with Heart. It's not about you. You're derailing the conversation. I was on topic. You was talking about Nina and Sanjay. I agreed, and you said I said y'all friend does that too. So I didn't derail anything. Yes, you did derail, because we weren't talking about what my friends do to you. This is not about you, and this is not about Hoes with Heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? God. Okay, so let me see what else you guys are saying. Okay. Beasley. They're in their 30s, the equivalent of teenagers. They're not the equivalent of teenagers. In your 30s, you should be far more advanced in coping skills, communication skills, and maturity. Go to bed, LSA boss. Yeah, child, it must have been a long day for you. Okay, so Madam Scorpio, mind your business. Madam Scorpio gonna curse you out. Okay. What is a Santa Claus margarita? Them hoes ain't white calling black people dogs and maids when when she wait a minute. Them hoes ain't white calling black people dogs and maid when the drag is a hoe. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Uh exactly. You know, people just over and the simple fact that I'll review a chat. I'll catch a chat on replay, and this dumb bitch up there talking about Ronnie Hugh and this, that, and the other. Bitch, you are ineffective. See, the whole jizz is to try to turn everybody against me. Like she's trying to turn everybody against me. I'm not even in the chat. This bitch is up there talking about me that I'm so far up her crawl because I made her look like the fool she really is. People are just like really too much with the bullshit. So yeah, so that's what I was talking about in that instance, LSA boss. This had to do with this flicker trying to do the same thing to the real K Fit. After she was up there like a rabid dog and she couldn't get any action off of Toya. Toya made her look like the fool she has always proven to be. So then she reaches down into the chat because K Fit is down there chatting like everyone else. Oh, K Fit, I know about you, and I'm gonna curse you out and tell all your business. Bitch, go sit your ass down somewhere on them bony ass butt cheeks of yours. Go sit down somewhere. Yo, frail bitch. Bitch, go furniture shopping. Why you so busy looking up people? Go look up a motherfucking furniture company to deliver some furniture to that barren ass house, bitch. Go sit the fuck down. This shit is tired and old. The shit is old. So he never gave up a child to be a lifelong drunk addict. Ness did, thank God. Okay, okay. So what are we comparing? They're both immature. So does that make her more mature? I don't even know if. Do you know that this he didn't give up a child, or you just saying that she never said she gave up one? I don't know shit about the bitch. I just know she is a toxic dumb bitch. She's a toxic dumb individual. And then hey face, how you doing? And I am in no way cool with the Miss O at this point, but I'm going to tell you what, the bitch sat up there, Flicker set her ass up there, and I forgot who bought up this colorism topic. Yeah, you caping for D Miss O, but D Miss O came at me first. She called me a something dyke, a pasty dyke, or something dyke, or whatever. But no, and she started the colorism first. Now everybody knows that the first day that Flicker hit Pizarro's panel, she was talking badly about the Miss O's skin color. The Miss O and I were cool back then. And then she turned around and said that, I be taking up for D Miss O. No, I was taking up for people saying dumb shit about her skin color. But, she didn't respect that. But nonetheless, Flicker came for the Miss O's skin color, and now she sits her ass up here and try to play the victim. I didn't come for anybody who didn't come for me first. Well, bitch, nobody knew you, so how somebody gonna come for you first? But you set your ass up here in the door, walked in the door, and slapped the Miss O aside the head about her being dark skinned. And now you sitting up there today talking about the Miss O called you some type of yellow dyke or whatever. I forget what the Miss O called her. And this was like after she had ribbed her and ribbed her and ribbed her for I don't know how long about her skin color. So we all remember that. But now she's sitting up here trying to play victim. Um, she cool to me. Who's cool to you? I mean, I don't have any problem with her being cool with you, but I'm just stating facts. She can still be cool to you, but she still came in here on this fuck shit, and she turned around and sat up there and lied tonight about the Miss O coming at her first, and that did not happen. So all this rewriting of history, that ain't no rewriting of history. Bitch straight lying. These bitches be out here just lying. I take it you hate heat more. I don't hate anybody. I'm telling you what I saw. I don't have time to hate a motherfucking stranger on YouTube. I'm saying the shit that they do is bullshit. That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. And she's a liar. That's what I'm saying. She's juvenile. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't have no emotional attachment to these hoes. Please. Okay. He really disliked the Miss O. The hate is so constant, reminds me of my hate of J Dumb. Okay, yeah, it is always there. And then she tries to play it off like, oh, well, I don't have a problem with the Miss O. Like, bitch, go sit your ass down. Everybody know you have a problem with the Miss O because she's dark skinned. Ronnie Q is talking to someone in the chat, not you, love. Uh, okay. I think I missed something. Okay. Let me see. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. We're gonna be fair. Okay. Not only the Miss O, she degraded all black women as having standards beneath her the day one. She was a no for me. I think that's what you're saying. Okay, day one she was a no for me as well because she came in here with all that vitriol for people and you guys are all poor and you guys don't have money and it's just like so ludicrous. It's like at the point where if okay, some arguments are natural or whatever. You get into an argument, it gets heated or whatever. But to sit up here and to think that somebody needs to answer to these ignorant bitches on here that sit up and are obsessed with you is something that I no longer participate in. I just, it's nothing I can, participate in. My mom always told me, and I know you guys have heard this, you don't argue with a fool because somebody looking from a distance will not be able to ascertain which one of you are the fool. So there's that. So I'm done with arguing with dumb bitches. Okay. Gummy, look, I like anybody that's fans of mine. Trolls love attention. Okay. It's all entertainment to me. Some people just don't care enough to watch. Yeah, and it's getting a little redundant at this point. And yeah, she really messed up a good show. I Like I said, I was out for a minute. The last part I saw was Sir King, and I came back, and Toya was on the panel. I don't know what happened in between the time. So, what do you guys think of this? And if anybody wants to hit the link to talk about it, I'm gonna pin the link. You're more than welcome to talk about it. Maybe you can tell me something that you saw that I missed, or while I was away, or what do you think? I think I pinned the link. Yeah, there it is. So, Yaya, were you in bed or did you see that? Hey, Stephanie D. I don't see it in the chat. I dropped it, but I don't see it. Let me drop it again. Oh, you're still here. Okay. They beef and create beef, which is what the sector is named for. Everyone wants to direct the beef, which would be fake. Right, exactly. Um, This is no beef. This is bullshit. I because tomorrow they're gonna be right back on the same page, and oh, you guys, you're gonna have to accept Sheedy because it is what it is, and I took that live down, and we're in a different place. Ness used Toya to inflame Heat even more, so she got the reaction that she was looking to have. Okay, you think so? Okay, that's a good observation because Ness knew that Toya would be able to, challenge her on some areas that maybe Ness doesn't feel like she's equipped to challenge Heat. I think Ness assumes that this Heat is more intelligent than what she is because her talking about politics shows how she tries to act as if she's the master of a topic and she didn't even grasp any concepts about it. Nobody want to talk about no integration and all that old shit. Like, girl, if it wasn't if you don't know your history, you doomed to repeat it. So therefore, if there was no integration, if nobody fought for integration, you wouldn't have your black ass up on YouTube running your goddamn mouth, bitch. So yeah, nobody wants to talk about it, but you want to live in the benefits from it. So I'm just like, it's just like a whole lot of ignorance going on out here, and like these people are far too old to be so dumb. And that's looking for them numbers. She was convinced that her toxic relationship is great B sector entertainment, and it's really not. I definitely agree with you because it's just like, ugh, like nobody thinks that this is normal. Ness has low self-esteem and poor self, and I think you're seeing poor self-worth. I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. It's like the same wash, rinse, repeat with them, and it's like really getting old, in my opinion. She put it on members only. Are you saying that? Or are you asking that? Because I assumed that it would be going straight to members only. LSA Bob, you better stop before Ronnie Hugo's Nina on your ass. Okay. Ness use. Okay, I read that. Okay. I then came into the listen, LSA boss, and you really want this to be about you, but not today, sweetheart. Okay. So let me see. Ronnie Q, did you do commentary on what happened? I missed it. Yes, I did commentary on what happened. I started from where the argument picked up. Uh, so the argument picked up when Toya was up there and she said something. The Flicker said something about Toya having a weave, and boy, Ness went bonkers at that. So Ness didn't have any problem with all this other stuff that she was talking about with Toya. But God, don't dare say nothing about a weave. And it touched Ness's spirit, and Ness went bananas. So that shit was funny to me. That like, bitch, is this what you gonna die on the sword about? A goddamn weave. I was like, damn. Oh, the ghetto. I was like, damn, that's what she fell on the sword for. Hey, Ashton 1.0, good morning. Trust me, a lot of my paragraphs get blocked. I don't know if it's Google mods or the chat mods, but they get me too, LSA boss. Yeah, I didn't hit LSA boss. But if one of my mods did, feel free. Good morning, Miss Gerald. How are you? Okay. This heat was in Bangladesh, she would be treated like trash. They don't care about people of color. Yeah, I don't even know if that Bangladesh. I don't know. It's just me. I don't know if that half Bangladeshi story is even real. That's just my opinion. She's a liar. Gummy, hit the link. Can you make a coherent sentence? Gummy can make can speak very well, is very intelligent, Beasley, and she would run rings around you, Beasley. Don't start because you may get what you're asking for. Beasley, I see you're not hitting the link. So what are you talking about? You scared? Now nobody's up here. Now you don't want to hit the link, Beasley. Okay, I'm not asking you to hit the link, but I noticed that you only come up here to annoy somebody who's already up here. Am I'm the only mod here and I don't block. I let Ronnie Q get you. Okay, so LSA boss, quit crying. Quit being the victim. Oh my God. I hate a professional victim, LSA boss. Okay. Weave is a hot topic. Yes, that weave was the thing that set off that whole argument, child. They were arguing back and forth. She was talking about Toya's getting what was it? How do I put this? She was talking about Toya licking it like a comb for her husband, so to speak, and the back door, and she was all this type of stuff. Oh, you do this to your husband, you do that to your husband, you need a white man that let you have money, and blah 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 blah, on and on and on and on and on. But yeah, Ness got offended when she said something about that weave, and Ness was like tagged in at that point, and it went downhill from there. Unlike the LSA Awards, us subs would have had a ball asking us those questions. Thank you. I appreciate that. Everybody didn't like it. Thanks, Ronnie Q, telling this butter teeth bum to stand down. Yeah, LSA boss, Gummy, Gummy and I was talking about something different. Okay, well you stay on task in my chat because you just all over the place, running your mouth. I'm not gonna hit on your comments no more. What is he mad about? He mad I told him to let you talk before he run up on your panel. Oh, you talking about Beasley. Okay. I'm sorry. Beasley. She called you butter teeth, but Beasley, I heard that you got your teeth cleaned on your birthday though. So have you seen I haven't seen you since your birthday. I'm gonna have to check your lies out to see if I can agree or disagree with Gummy Bama. Because you sure said that you're reading the messages out of order and wrong. Okay, so that it happens that way sometimes. I get behind in the message and I may read them from bottom to top as opposed to top to bottom. Deal with it, Gummy Bama. I mean, not Gummy Bama. Deal with it, LSA boss. That's how the shit falls sometimes. Sometimes it falls directly in the toilet, and sometimes it runs down your leg. It's running down your leg right now, LSA boss. Deal with it. Ness is more seasoned than the in the sector, so I didn't expect this Heat to win. You think so? Are you saying you thought this Heat won, or you're saying you thought she lost as expected? I don't think anybody won. I think it was a lose lose. It was back to the I'm going to give out all your information. I'm going to give out all your information first. Like who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck because you guys sit up here and tell all your business anyway. So anything you didn't tell, it can't be groundbreaking. I mean, you sit up there and talk. You sat up there and talked about how you licked the stud's coochie. I mean, what more could you tell? I mean, what more could you tell? I don't give a fuck about her real name. I don't give a fuck about her family. Her family is not on YouTube. Her real name is not on. I don't give a fuck about these things. I mean, the shit you tell is quite embarrassing. I don't know what's more embarrassing than the shit you tell. That she's a stud pillow princess. How more embarrassing could it be? I mean, it can't get any more embarrassing than that. Good morning, Rockwell. That you had a stud up there quivering on her pillow, holding her another pillow to her chest. That is like really embarrassing. That you were in Florida, in Miami, and you had on the same romper for 2 days straight. And then you told us you were on your menstrual cycle. We did not need to know that on top of it, your coochie was smelling like old dirty nickels. I mean, for 2 days. Girl, bye. So it's just too much at this point. It's really too much. Okay. I'm in between this chat and gaming dude live right now. Okay. Sharika Chicago, what you say? You did? Okay, I understand. But we did not need to know these things. And they think that they're telling us something that's more embarrassing. This doxing information, that's what nobody, I mean, some people want to know it. I don't give a fuck. fuck about it. That ain't what I'm here for. That's not entertaining to me. That's dangerous to me. So danger does not entertain me. Putting someone in danger, uh, it's not entertaining at all. So that's how I feel about that part of the conversation. So I guess none of you guys are gonna come up here and chit chat with me. I only have I got 13 more minutes and it'll be an hour. And I guess that'll be a part of my vlogmas. Okay. Who's both, I think. I'm gonna say I'll take both for 400, Alex. The sector cares though. Okay. The doxers in the sectors care though. Because I don't think that we can say that the sector cares about their personal information like that. I think that the doxers in the sector care about that type of information. So, and we see where we are right now with these doxers trying to affect someone's real life. Oh, and she also called herself shouting out where Ness worked. And Ness work at Tony Roma's. And I'm like, Tony Roma's? Is Tony Roma's still a thing? Do they even still have Tony Roma's open? And half of the chat was like, Tony what? Tony what? Like, and then Ness was like, no, she's lying. I don't. I'm like, bitch, who cares? Tony Roma's is an Italian restaurant, and from what I've seen, I've never seen Ness go to work in a restaurant. I've seen her go to work in an office building. So it's so much BS with them. And I'm sure if she worked at Tony Roma, she would need you to be ordering DoorDash for her after work on a regular basis. I'm sure if she worked at Tony Roma's, she could just go in and make her a to-go meal and take it home like every other person do who work at a restaurant. Maybe not every other person, but like a lot of people do who work at restaurants. Good morning, Tony Montana. How are you doing? Yeah, I was on here talking about this argument, this telenovela that good morning, something sweet. How are you doing? I was talking about this telenovela that Ness and Flicker performed in the wee hours of the morning. Yes, you did. Threatening to once again dox each other, and I hate you, and you better not do that to me again. Who is that? Manny, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Okay, I didn't know they still had Tony Roma's either. And I was like, so we didn't see Ness go to work at a restaurant. So it was just a bunch of craziness this morning. So Ness let her stay up there for the whole duration of the panel, kept putting anytime you got to put somebody backstage just to have a word on your own panel and then let them back up. You see, like when I had put Beasley backstage, I put him backstage one time, I let him back up, but that second time he had to go. I ain't going back and forth like that. Not at all. So she was Beasleying him, and it was just something to see. Let me see what you say. Good morning, ODS. How are you? You aren't people. Your electronic images on my phone screen. That includes you as well. Okay. I told you about playing with trash. You get dirty. Okay. So, anybody, you're more than welcome to hit the link. I don't have any many link clickers up here. Yaya, did you miss all that hula la that went on this morning with them too? The live has been put on private from what I read in the chat. So, Madam Scorpio, they have one in, is that SA, Multi Barbecue. I thought that Tony Roma was an Italian joint. They're not exactly. They're giving zero tea. They're just sitting up threatening to tell this, that, and the other. Your family are criminals, and that's why you don't want anybody to know anything about your family. You know, the scissors are dull, the tacos ain't
Smashing the door.
smashing together.
Hey,
Hey,
BC, turn
BC,
off
turn
your
off your device. Close your YouTube page, Beasley. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Ashton. How are
Ashton. How
you?
are you?
I hear an
I hear an
echo.
echo.
Ashton, you're gonna have to turn off your device, your YouTube page. Okay, they're both on mute. I think they're getting their sound together. So when you're ready, hey, real K Fit girl, I was talking about how
Can you hear me better?
Flickr was. Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Did you watch Nessa's live? Were you there for all that went down in the live?
No, I wasn't because the last live I watched was last night. I watched the LSA and I thought that was hilarious. Like it was so many people y'all should have had. And first I was like, how did y'all have Fat Cooch and Uppity? They not be Schecter, but they made it. Look, I was just
Yeah,
laughing at
but see, because the way that the only reason that they had it that way is because some of the competition was really close. They put A, B, C, D person, and then some of the competition was who's the queen of the sector, and then it was like uh you can drop a name in here. So somebody would drop Tracy, and then so many people would vote for Tracy. Somebody would drop somebody else. And if they got more than one vote, they included them in who's the queen. So I didn't think that Heidi Fly Uchi. I definitely didn't think Uppity. I definitely didn't think Shish Trish should have been on there. I didn't think Lovely Love should have been on there. But since their name had been dropped, and other people voted for them as well. That's why they were included. So I understand that a lot of people didn't understand why those four people were on there, but that's what happened. That's how it worked.
at first I didn't even know who Heidi was because I wasn't on past the link that I was like, who is she? And I was like, oh, she was back when they went to the Anna. And I was like, oh, that was like years ago. So I'm like, I thought we was doing 2023. That's why I was like, what the hell going on? And I was
Heidi,
like, mhm.
Heidi is the one who with the famous eye palette and lip palette
Yeah,
that
but that was just
that
that was just recently though. She hasn't been
that
around for the whole 2023.
yeah, she's been on Jay Wilson's link quite a bit,
Oh,
and
oh.
Jay Wilson is always tells you what excellent quality and how good that these eyeshadows are, and this is a good palette. I'm telling you, this is some good stuff.
No,
And, I'm like Jay Wilson, how you know that she got a good eyeshadow palette? How you
no,
know that her
guess what?
lip pencil is so good, Jay
Guess
Wilson?
what?
What?
I didn't know her, but guess what? I would have picked Onside April with her eyelashes over her. Girl, baby, we didn't say Onside April more than anything because Onside April, everybody on the cruise ships and everything. Baby, not on the cruise ships, but going to Miami. I like, shit, I would have chose her. Her eyeshadow looked better than those palettes. Just saying.
No, if you we can agree to disagree. I'm not in an argumentative mood today, so I'm not going to argue you on that point. Because looking good and onside April, are kind of at the opposite of the scales for me in many, 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 many ways. Okay, so Beasley, are you going to remain on silent, or are you going to talk, Beasley?
1 minute.
What you doing, jerking off again? You know, the people said that you were breathing hard, Beasley, because you were jerking off the last time that you were up here with all that.
If that's
You
what
got
you
echo, Beasley.
if that's what you think, you're entitled to think that.
I didn't say. I said the people did. Now you acting like Jay Wilson. You got an echo, Beasley.
I said 1 minute. Be patient.
Put yourself on mute because you know I'm gonna.
I
You
was
get
I, I was on
talking
I,
until you get your shit together.
I was on mute. You're the one talking to me.
Put yourself on mute. until you get your echo done. Thank you, Beasley. Well, he thought we were just gonna sit up here and be quiet while he echo back in our ear.
I know. I must be like, Daddy, take your mask off or something. I was thinking like, he sound like my daddy. And my daddy's 70 something. What are you doing?
Oh Lord, not that heavy breathing.
Yeah, that's such a people when they take their mask off in the morning.
Well, Beasley says he has the 19, so that is the reason for his labored breathing. So I did he call you a bitch? Disrespectful? Yeah, you did call me a bitch, Beasley. I forgot about that. Shit. Let me drop Beasley. How dare you? Sound like Darth Vader. Beasley, didn't you say that you got the 19 over at Rob's? Maybe you need to get some rest. He got it over. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're saying he said that over at Rob's chat. Yeah, he definitely said that he had it. He definitely said he had it yesterday on my channel as well. He's breathing hard. I want to pray over his lung, child. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
I think I was asleep. Well, I listen to everybody when I'm going to sleep because But I think you said you think that Tracy and Rob will be back together. Is that right?
That's my opinion.
I heard her. No, I heard her live with Miss Pauletta. While Miss Pauletta was like, "Oh yeah, I went off on Brianna." She said, I'm for the unblock him. I said, oh, hell, Ronnie, you right. She just said, I'm for the unblock him. I was like, what the hell, Ronnie, you right. She said, I'm for the unblock him. What you going to unblock him for? Ain't his name Abel? Something like
Noble. In more ways than one, she going to unblock him, huh? Hey, K-Fit, how you doing?
Good morning, y'all. How are y'all?
I'm good, and yourself? I was telling them how you're in the chat, typing in the chat just like every free American, and then how she came for you. And I was just like, it was just so pathetic. Her trying to lure
pathetic, trying to get me to hit the link, calling me all kind of bitches and broke when she's the one championing Trump who doesn't even like lesbians. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she does not even know what she's talking about. I'm like, I'm not even going to dignify you with a response. All because I said, Ness, you don't need this BS. That's where it came from. All because I said, Ness, you don't need this BS. And the fact that I said, TMO is not on the panel. Why are you gunning for her this heat? Stick to the people that's you going back and forth with. Like, she's an idiot. Like, for real.
You heard the absolute lie that she said, well, I'm going for her DMSO because the DMSO came after me first. When everybody knows that she came on day one gunning for DMSO's skin color. No one even knew her. And she came in the door gunning for DMSO's skin color. Like, everybody was like, what the heck? Everybody was kind of like, who the fuck is this person? She came in the door gunning for
right. Like, who are you fooling? You're the one that had guns ablazing first. Like, let's be very clear. Calling her crispy and all kind of other stuff. Like, she was definitely gunning. And then her empty threats. Let's get into that. Oh, I'll drag you if you come up here. Oh, Ness, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm like, girl, flush this chick, please. Like, oh, I can't take her.
Yeah, it's like really a bit much, and it's like kind of like overkill. And I didn't even take this into consideration what Gummy Bama just said. Ness was high, yep, she was slow on her feet, and she was high. And she just really had no control. It's just crazy to me. It's really crazy to me. Now, the other thing was she kind of tried to threaten you as if she was gonna I'm gonna tell everything about you or something to that effect.
Right. Like, girl, sit your ass down and calling me broke. Like, girl, please. Like, see, here's the thing. People have to understand. First of all, there is no drag in having a job. That's number one, because she tries to drag everybody for having a job. Next thing is when people have money and are successful and are doing things, you never have to brag about it. It speaks for itself. The same way intelligence speaks for itself, emotional intelligence speaks for itself. Just being someone of higher stature speaks for itself. She's so enthralled with having clicks and views and people going to her community wall. Like, if that's all your life entails, that says more about you than anybody else. And it's like, you don't really scare me because, like, I'm not on here to get clicks and views. I'm on here for entertainment. She really takes this thing really serious. Like, she really takes this. It's almost like, you know how people use things to prop themselves up, to give themselves, you know, a bigger influence or make themselves more important. I guess that is showing her insecurity. That's why I put in the chat, oh, your slip is showing, sis. Your slip is showing.
Now, that's another thing that I said earlier. Like, if your community wall is the only thing that you have to brag about, and you have a whole page that you haven't made videos on in over 4 months, what are you bragging about? So you guys go over to my undefeated community wall post and see my juvenile caricatures and clip art that I put together of people in the sector, and my look at my rants in all capital. I was just like, girl, bye.
I do agree with everything you had just said. Like, for real, I think it's about a jealousy thing. Like, she want to be someone that she's not, but you can be whoever you want to be. And I didn't like what Pizarro put out, but Pizza did say a lot of good stuff, but she said a whole lot of hateful stuff. But your son does get to see what you're doing. Like, it's not you. And that's, to me, she can be better doing what she is. I'm not no coach or nothing, but I'm like, girl, bye. Because she talk about everybody who ain't got their kids, but you don't have. Okay, that's me.
Now, somebody in the chat said that Ness was the one who brought up the Misso. Now, I don't remember Ness being the one who brought up the Misso. I thought Flickr brought up the Misso. How do you remember?
I don't remember that either, because Flickr was going off and saying the same way TMO, blah, blah, blah. And I immediately was like, she ain't here. So what you bringing her up for?
Exactly.
Like,
see, I remember Flickr too. I ain't gonna lie. I remember Flickr bringing up. That's me. That's all I remember. I don't remember other people but Flickr.
I mean, and her, come on. I think there's a lot of jealousy that she has, potentially, or envious of the numbers that Ness pulls and the ability that she has to entertain. I think that there's something to do with it too, because if you notice, a lot of times when Ness gets in her groove and she hits the link, like, the whole mood changes every single time, like every time. And it's like, girl, get off the panel. Like, you're not funny, you're not entertaining. She's always, like, for some crazy reason, at 3:00 in the morning, you always want to have a one-on-one conversation. Like, really? Like, call her. You got her cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want to have a girlfriend conversation in the chat with 400 and something people in the chat. Well, you don't want to talk about this. Ness, you don't want to talk about this or whatever. Like, girl, are you serious? She's in the middle of.
That's what I said the last time they did that. I had jumped on and I had asked her. I said, but she's in the middle of doing a show. It can't wait. No, well, if she feels like doing this is more important, like, girl, but this is like, what? Like, I was like, yo, you sound controlling. Like, you really sound real controlling.
Have you noticed that? Well, I'm not there at 3:00 in the morning, but have you noticed that every time this numbers goes down, that's when she jump up and then they start fighting and stuff, and they be fighting about nothing. I'd be like, what are y'all talking about?
She starts a lot of crap, like, for real, like.
I would, I'm gonna say I did not notice that tonight, but you have to. I kind of put into account what time of the morning it was as well, but it was still like over 400 and something people there. And Flicker is like a show pony. Very Carey. There was a big argument over there again, a big fallout with what do you call them? Flicker and Ness. And girl, Very Carey, your name came up in the middle of the ranting as well. And you know, she was on Toya Abstract, and then she got on Ness, and then she was trying to lure K-Fit up there to argue with her when Toya stepped down. And Very Carey, I don't know what the hell is wrong with her. She's obsessed with me. That Very Carey. I'm like, what do all these people who are not here have to do with you being a raging lunatic? So there's that, Very Carey.
And then you're attacking Ness's members and things like that. Like, you really think that that's gonna like make people wanna like be involved? Like, to me, she's doing more damage than good. They're not doing anything because she said Kate Fit isn't doing anything for you. What she's doing for you, girl?
But see,
I'm a member. I'm a paying member. That's what I'm doing. I'm a paying member.
But see, you gotta understand the insanity in Flicker's brain, because the more members she have, the less she needs to depend on Flicker. The more successful and the more members you have, she ain't got to depend on Flicker. So that's why Flicker will come in and curse out her members who are paying her month to month, which will make her more dependent, have to eat a whole shovel full of bullshit that Flicker is pushing down her throat. See, that's what it is. See, that's what controlling diabolical people do to keep you under control.
Well, can I say something? I believe that she likes it no matter how much control she gets. She liked that. What's her name? Flicker. She likes that Flicker dominates her. Because Ness don't have to have that person. Ness was here before that girl. So
do you think that Ness really do you really think she dominates Ness? Or
I think Ness likes it because
okay. You think she likes because
why would she let her talk to her like that and treat her like that? That's why I can't watch her channel.
Well, I'm gonna say that it may not be but she may be accustomed to being in relationships, and that's familiar with her. That is my opinion. Some people don't feel like they're in a relationship, that the person doesn't care for them unless they're overly emotional, yelling and screaming, having tantrums in public and all that type of stuff. And they're like, oh, they really love me. Look how he's acting in public. He's trying to get my attention. He's crying. He's yelling. So some people are like that. Because
I really think that's what it is. I really think that's what it is. Like, she likes to be like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't call it. I just couldn't do it. No, I couldn't be but so many bitches.
I would probably punch him in his face already. Look, I'd have punched him in his face already. And been like, call my brothers and sisters. We done. Look, but I think that's what she like, because I don't think Ness, like when she went to her party with her family and stuff, she had supportive family. She got supportive family.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yes,
you are correct.
That.
She does. She does.
And I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her like, why she take that? Like, you don't have to take that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, now we have two different thoughts. I think she's aware that Ness is very talented and doesn't need her. She comes unhinged every time Ness asserts her independence. And then there's another train of thought that these two sometimes play off each other and play fight when she is in the middle of a live stream. So we're so used to people running plays and stuff. And I think that either one of these might be true. But go ahead.
I mean, I was just like saying, you're right. We're so used to plays being ran. Sometimes we cannot differentiate between the two, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like, this is just me personally though. And I like Ness, and I don't always agree with her, and I let her know when I don't agree with her as well. But if you do something for somebody, like, how much thank you, because that's really where it's kind of stem from. If you do something for somebody, like, you want them to thank you in blood, like, you know, I come from, if I'm gonna do something for you, it's because I want to do it for you, and I don't need to rub it in your face. And it's like, girl, take that goddamn intro then. Like, you know, she was like, I'm the one that got the intro. I'm the one that did this. You need to thank me more for this. I was like, whoa, this is obsessive much.
Girl, I was behind in the chat and I was trying to catch up, and I heard that, and I knew that they were beyond that. And she actually said, Look at you. You're so ungrateful. You didn't even thank me for my intro. And I'm the one who gets you those intros. And you're so ungrateful." And I had been in the chat at the beginning when Ness was bragging, "Oh, you guys like my intro? He did these intros for me. And I have 2 more that I'm going to reveal, and 2 or 3 more that she says she's going to reveal." And Heidi was the one who she gets all my intros, like so. And then later in the show, this is what this degenerate has to say. Like we weren't there to hear her profusely give her credit for these intros. And bitch, the intro and all that.
And that's
you act like you gave her from a motherfucking professional studio or some shit. And if it was from a professional studio, she'll come back. Robbie Q don't know what she's talking about. That was a professional studio. Well, you got the worst motherfuckers in the professional studio to create that. Bitch, you act like motherfucking it's produced by Quincy Jones or somebody. Like, go sit your ass down somewhere. She thanked you. She gave you credit for it. And we were all there to hear it. But you're such a drunk degenerate that you just want to argue about absolutely nothing. Go ahead.
And that's what I said about that. I was like, you can tell a person's household, not saying like their parents are not good or bad. I don't give a damn because shit, I had both my parents in my home. Shit, I still turned out how I turned out. Hey, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. But my whole thing is like, Ness wants so much, and I'm gonna be like, MS Heat is giving her, she just feeding her like little crumbs. I'm gonna put like, and y'all just taking it in. Like we watching it fall down. Like it's fit to fucking fall down. And we're gonna watch her fall down again. We already watched her fall down when she was in whatever, Florida or whatever, Miami. And I'm gonna feel like, what in the hell is going on? Talking about she want her son back and all this stuff. Nah, he probably good where he at. And that's why I kind of agree with Peace on it. I don't agree with everything she said. But I'm just like, nah, let him stay where he at. Because I still think she's drinking and drugging. That's my opinion. I'm gonna be quiet.
Well, she's drinking and smoking weed. I mean, you know, like you have already been in the crosshairs of addiction. So these things are addictive. They're mind-altering substances. And if you have experience with other things, at some point when your inhibitions are lowered by these legal substances, what won't you do? I'm not saying she's doing it, but I'm just saying there is no need for her to if she needs to alter her mind, it's very precarious because she has had experiences being addicted to harder drugs, and anybody would tell you that it's not safe to do. It's not safe to play around with alcohol. A lot of people think like, oh, alcohol is legal, so it's okay. Alcohol kills more people by accidents, by driving drunk accidents, slips and fall accidents, cirrhosis of the liver diseases and things like that than all other drugs combined in the United States, all other illegal drugs combined in the United States. So just to say that, oh, she's just drinking, that, an addict that's drinking, you're going to do like you do everything else. You're going to have to increase and increase and increase to get that feeling that you want to be in oblivion by that different substance, is my point. Nothing.
I don't think I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm cooking breakfast for my son while he was talking. I have the faucet on.
Don't worry about that.
I am making pancakes, and I'm gonna feel like she going in and out. I was like,
I'm sorry, but yeah. let
Go
me
ahead,
see
Ronnie
what.
Q.
No, I'm reading the chat.
Well,
Okay.
I
So
think
that's
I
go ahead.
I do think, she probably does want her son back, right? And that's a hard choice to relinquish your child to either a family member, stranger, whatever, just to not have your child. But at the same time, you have to step back and think, if he's thriving already, don't remove him from a thriving situation now. And I don't know if maybe some of the comments or commentary on her not having her son has kind of penetrated inside her, um, to make her feel like she's less than a parent. Because me personally, I would much rather a child be in a thriving environment than to be in a situation just because somebody wants to have their child with them and they're not thriving at their best. So, I
Yeah,
mean, it could be that, you know what I mean? And
but if
I don't think it's,
Can I say
I don't
something?
think it's, uh-huh.
See, my sister adopted 3 kids.
Hmm.
And their mom is in. Well, she just got out of the penitentiary, and they're all grown now. Shoot, they're grown because I'm too old. But they were thriving by themselves without her. Even if she was here, she could have thrived with them if she chose to. You have to choose to do what you want to do. That's what made me pick my career, what I wanted to do, because there are some great people, and I'm gonna put like they don't look, and it's crazy. They look just like us, and it's crazy. Like how the hell you get kids that look like us? But yeah, but I'm gonna put like Ness got a want, and what she doing, and what I seen that video about her telling her son, "Don't you watch this? Don't you watch that?" Even though she cursing and stuff, even though what's her name, Heidi is saying, "Fuck your child stupid, your child." Like she was putting her child on. Your son sees this. Like that's not that I
your
want my
son
child.
is seeing this, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that her parents, her mother, don't know that her grandson has been talked about this way by someone who Ness continues to deal with on the regular, and now that your grandson is hearing her say this, you're a black child and all this type of stuff, and you're nothing, and this, that, and the other. See, but can't nobody want it for Ness. But the thing about her wanting her child back, does she really want her child back, or does she really want the talk of her not being a mother to stop? See, there's two different things. Does she really want to parent a child, or does she want to? She looks like she's happy, joyous, and in Hog's heaven, doing what she wants to do. I don't see a lot of structure, a lot of personal responsibility, or anything that would make me think that she is even equipped to have a child who she says is thriving where he is with the brother. So I don't even know if she really wants the child, or she just really wants this talk to stop.
And that's what I want. That's what I want to say. Like, because why would you come and then she have like some wish list for her first appointment as if she was going to a college? Like, why wouldn't you have a wish list to say, "Oh, my son is coming home," and like I would have been joyful. Like I would have been joyful. My son is coming home. Like he need this, he need that. She asking for dish towels and wash towels, and I'm up here like, come on, for real. That's why I was like, I knew she was still on drugs. I knew the day she was still on drugs in Seattle. That was Seattle. Okay, I'm done.
And if she's working, okay, I always talk crap about that big wish list, but it was just a lot for me to hear her go from panel to panel, plugging this wish list, and always talking about, oh, let me roll something. Oh, I'm at the dispensary. And you got oven mitts and dish towels and dish racks on a wish list. So it really lets you know that the priorities of what you need for yourself to take care of yourself are not in order. So that lets me know right there. But the other thing about it is that I don't think that if she really wanted to have a relationship with her son, if that was first and foremost on her mind, that she wouldn't have moved all the way to the tip of the other side of the United States, as opposed to moving somewhere that is closer to where she can be a constant presence in her son's life, even if he is still living with her brother. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's
I
my
understand.
understanding. It's my understanding that the brother, I don't know, I'm not doxing, may or may not live in Georgia. She is from Florida. Her grandmother is closer to the son in distance, and she's all the way in Seattle. So that is a long way, and that's creating a whole lot of barriers to be physically present in your son's life. I remember back before she went into treatment, a lot of people were ribbing her about your son called and you told him to call you back because you was on YouTube. But she actually did that the other day. Before she went on her trip, she did the same thing because she was on YouTube. So you can't make people want what they really don't want to do. And I think it just sounds to me like she just wants the talk of her not being a mother to stop. What do you guys think in the chat? Okay, let me see. Did
Well,
you
my
catch what?
thing is, what I think about it is like, I would have never put my child on Front Street like that. My child. I'm sorry, my voice going out. I gotta give me some tea. You know, it's early in the morning. I gotta give me some tea to get ready for the morning. But why did you put him on Front Street for them to talk about him? They talked about him so bad. And he not even on here. Like I cannot even believe. And they was like, "Oh, it's a cash out for Christmas. That's what she doing. It's a cash out for Christmas." Are you serious? Like your
Yeah,
people
she's
won't give you no
serious.
cash out? Yeah, and I was
She's
like,
serious. But
but your
that's gonna be
people.
her gift. That's gonna be her gift from her. It's not gonna be like, oh, my supporters. Look what my supporters gave. It's gonna be her gift from her. So less on me. Let me put it off on my supporters. They like me. If you like this commentary, hit the cash out. Christmas is coming up. I mean, it's just all weak sauce. It's just a conversation because the
Yeah,
person
just
who wants a child will leave everything alone to create a space for that to happen. I definitely agree. And Manny, you said something that I think it was Manny who said something else. Yeah,
And maybe
Rockwell said,
like,
go ahead.
I can't say whether it's this way or that way. Maybe I just have a different viewpoint on it or whatever. I do agree. I have my child. My child has a disability, so me personally, I couldn't fathom giving him to somebody, even though it gets hard. But maybe, just maybe she may not feel confident in herself enough to parent. Like that's another. I'm not saying she is or isn't, but that's just another way to think
but,
about it, because she may feel like she doesn't have all of the tools to do it. And
but can
really
I
and
say something?
truly,
Mhm.
one second, really and truly, there is no handbook to being a parent. You know what I mean? Like, we're all trying our best, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look at it both sides, you know what I mean? Like, um, it just could be a hodgepodge of things, and we don't really know all the ins and outs. We only know, I mean, as for me, I only know what I see on YouTube. And so it's like, yeah, I wish she wouldn't have put her son on YouTube the other day either, because that just fuels the fire for people to talk about her son in
Yeah,
a very derogatory manner, that's going to not feel good, right? And me, I don't
right.
like to talk about kids. I hate that. I hate when people go to kids. I
Mm-hmm.
hate it with a passion, because I feel like I hate it when people go to kids and when people go to spouses that are not on YouTube. Now, if y'all both on YouTube and y'all
Mm-hmm.
in these streets banging, it's free fall. But when you're not on YouTube, and it's a child, then like, I don't care how low the person goes, like, refrain from even going there with somebody, because at the end of the day, you only responsible for what come out of your mouth and what you do. But that's just kind of like, my view on it.
Now, someone says she has no parenting skills because she's not a parent. Question: how long has her child
But
been with
was
the
you
brother?
saying?
I'm not. Go ahead.
No, but what she was just
I'm
saying
not
right
sure.
now. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
I'm
Renike.
not. I'm not sure how many years that the child has been with the brother, but that was kind of like my point in, if she wants to work on getting or being a parent, she can still parent, and the brother still have physical possession or custody or whatever it is, possession. She said they haven't gone through any legal things, so I don't think you can call it custody. But the thing about that is, I find that hard to believe, because as a juvenile, the brother who lives in another state is going to have some type of signed paperwork to be allowed to register that child in school, to be the person who takes the child to the doctor's office, and to be the person of contact for the doctor and things. He's going to have something to say that he has the right to bring this child to the doctor to make the medical decisions that may have to be made on the fly for this child. So the point that she says, like, oh, well, I'm not saying she don't have a strong structure, but there has to be some type of relinquishing some type of parental rights to give over to the brother for these simple things to occur.
Okay, and then that's what I was just about to tell. I don't see her name up there anymore. I do apologize. I don't see her name. But I don't feel like my family
Hold
is
on one second.
military.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I have somebody
Yes,
coming
sir.
up. Hey, V. Lenore, how you doing?
Good morning. How is everyone?
Good morning.
Hi,
How are
I'm
you?
Hi. Who is on the panel? Because
Good
I couldn't see.
morning.
That's
Thank
the
you.
Real Play Fit and Ashton 1.0.
Oh, nice. Hi, both of you ladies. I just wanted to say something real quick. So I have uh something I wanted to make a comparison to. And I don't know all of the ins and outs of Nessa's situation, but what I would say is, as Black folks, we have always kind of taken care of each other's kids. Like that's not something new. And I do think that sometimes it is a hard choice to decide that you're not going to have your child with you for a period of time. Now, I don't know, again, all the ins and outs, but what I will say is this. I was in a position when my child was very young. He wasn't speaking, as fat. He was growing fast, but he wasn't talking. And I was relocating to another city. My parents, because when I got pregnant, I moved home with my family. And so my parents became a huge part of that child's life. They were like his parents too. And I relocated, and because he was young and my mother was so concerned about, well, if something were to happen to him, he's not going to be able to really talk to tell you what's going on. Maybe he should stay here. So for 2 years, my son and I commuted back and forth every month. And then there were weeks upon time, at times when my family would come to me so that I could have my child with me. So I appreciated that support, and in that moment, that was the better situation for him.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't know. I don't know if we just don't know what her relationship is with her child. Because in my situation, it was very clear. I was still mama. I was still the mother, and I was still, providing for my child the best way I could and connecting with my child. And my parents were there as like, as a help to me and the support that my child needed at that time. So it's for me, I don't want to prejudge the situation and make assumptions about it. So, Rhonda,
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
help me?
I'm not judging the situation, because today, right now, is the first time that I heard that she had said that she wanted to get her child back. I had never heard that before. The only thing I heard her say is that her child is thriving, and
Okay.
he's doing.
Uh-oh, I lost sound. Can you guys hear me?
I hear
Oh,
you.
shoot. I can't hear you, Rhonda Q. Here, I'm going to come right back. I'm sorry.
Okay. The last I heard is that the child was thriving and was doing some type of coding courses, and she was pleased with it. So today was the first time that I heard her heard anybody say that she mentioned that she wanted to get him back. So that's new to me as well. So somebody in the chat said that all that the brother would have to have is guardianship, not custody. And yeah, so that's what I
That's
knew.
correct.
He
Yeah,
would have to have
guardianship.
something
Hmm.
because he yeah, and it's like a signed paper. He just couldn't like have her. V. Lenore, girl, you looking good. What's going up? She popped down. Oh, Ashton's back. Hey, Ashton. So yeah, V. Lenore, you fell back off. So that's what. Oh, and now Manny is asking, hey, Ashton, you back? Okay.
Yes, yes, I'm
I
here.
said earlier. I said earlier, did anyone catch that when Ness went on mute? He told her to stop getting high and to come back and have a back and forth. So yeah, I did hear her say that, and I think that if she was getting high, I think most minds would assume that she was getting high, that she was like smoking a joint or something. So I think that she may feel
Well,
like
she had said she was about to roll up
okay,
to smoke her weed. So she had
okay,
definitely said that for sure. We know she's a, she's a
And
weed smoker,
and
or
mhm,
whatever.
and she told Pizza that I'm gonna have commentary until I don't have to talk about you anymore. I'm like, what the hell that mean? I'm sorry, I didn't need to get my tea for the morning. But she was like, you're gonna be my commentary till I get tired of you. I'm gonna be like, what kind of stuff is that? That's what I thought. Like, that's creepy. Like, I'm gonna talk
Well,
about you forever.
Well,
Mhm.
I know then she came back and said that
Mhm.
whatever live she had, I didn't get to see the live, I guess, where she was going at battling with people, responding to what Pizza had said about her son. She took it down and said that she shouldn't have did it or whatever. I do know that. I just think that whole back and forth is not needed, like for real, coming from each sides. Like,
yeah.
it's
I heard her
kids.
say, I heard her say that she felt bad that she lowered herself to go there, even though
Yeah.
Raro had said what she said about her son, and she didn't like the way it made her feel. But I was listening to that live. That was right before she was going to the airport when she was waiting on her cousin to pick her up from the airport, right?
I think so.
Yes,
I believe
because
so.
I didn't see when she met her son. So yes, that was right before.
No, so I didn't hear. I was doing something around the house, and I was like, "Well, what did I miss? What did she say that was so bad?" I don't want to know now, but I'm just saying in my head, I don't recall her like saying, something about her girls that was so derogatory. But yeah, I don't know what was in that lie, but she
Well, the
deleted.
only thing that I heard, I didn't get to listen to actually Ness because Ness took the video down from what I heard. She was telling her son, don't watch my video. Don't watch my video. And he was like, why, mommy? I can't watch your video. And she had him on the screen, like they can see his face and everything. And he's talking to them. And I was like, man, why
How
this
old
guy
is he?
like
How
10
old?
10.
years old?
I think he's
Mhm.
like
Oh,
10 or
Yeah,
so.
10.
At 10.
And she was saying like, why are you watching my video? Because I want to watch it. And that's what Pizza degraded him and stuff. And then Ness mom came in the picture, and then Ness brother came in the picture. I did see that, so I can be a witness of that. They was like, no, you cannot watch your video because Ness cuss and all this stuff. And he say he ain't nothing but a bastard. And I was like, oh my God, he get to hear all this stuff. And I was like, oh.
wait,
And I was
what?
like,
Who said that? Who said that?
Yeah,
he, yeah,
it was pretty bad. Like it was not okay, like
yeah,
Well,
at
I
who
was
all.
said
not
this?
okay with
No,
it.
no, no. Hold
Yeah.
on. Everybody, hold on. The question is, who said this?
Yeah, who said
I
that?
mean, what do you mean? What's the question? Who
Who
said what?
called her?
Because a lot.
Who said that he's a little bastard? Who is saying this?
Oh no, Pizza said that he's a bastard.
Pizza.
Ness, Ness never said that, but Ness had her mom. She had herself trying to control the boy because he said, "I want to watch you, mom." He's like a little kid, like I want to watch you. I want to watch you, and she was like, "No, you cannot watch me." And then her mom came in, and then her brother came in, the one who's the guardian over him, said, "I want to watch." No, you cannot watch her because Ness won't stop being like crazy or whatever on her. But he watches her. We didn't know he was watching
Yeah,
her though.
he said that he told her he watched her,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so she was kind of like, you know how when you're parenting your child and you want them to understand something, you call in for reinforcement, so it's more than just you that's saying the same thing.
So that's why she
She
called
was
in her
trying,
mom and her brother.
right, she
Yeah.
was trying to convey to him that you don't need to watch this. This is not for a child. Which she was right. She was very right in what she was saying. She was like, you know, YouTube is a very especially in the space that I'm in, it's not for you. And basically saying, don't go there. And he kept saying, but why? I want to watch you. And her mom said, because it's not for you. And, you know, pretty much telling him that's it. And that's the end of the story, because it's not for you to watch.
Now,
That's it. And
How
that's
did he
all.
know her name on YouTube though? You know what I mean?
Oh, hold on. First off, let me tell you how he know her name, because he know her name is Ness No Mess. And first off, he know a lot about her because he researched her. He found her. And he wanted
What?
to find his mom. No, he told us why he found her. He found her. Yes, he did. He showed us that.
he said that he watches her channel and it has nothing to do with anyone else. That's what Give Me Flowers is saying. I
Amen.
didn't hear
That's
this,
what he
but
said. Amen.
okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, he was wanting to watch her. Like, he was like, I want to watch you. And
Aw.
she, I guess, her, you know, like any parent, your guards are going to go up, especially when you're in a sector like this that, you know, it's not conducive for children. It's just
Right.
not a place for kids, and especially someone of his age bracket. It's just not, you know, because of the things that they say about him, the things that they say about her, the language that's used. It's just not, you know, a place. And I just hated that he was on, you know, the live right there, because that just opened up the floodgates for anybody that do not like her to throw
And
Attack.
bullets at her and
and
at
and
him.
and
And he's just an innocent bystander, for real, for real.
and that's what hurted me so much, because I'm not a fan of Ness, but he got hit with so many bullets. I was like, damn.
He
They
really
say he
did,
going
and it
to
was
the
unnecessary. It
they
was
say he going to the
unnecessary.
gay
Now
community. They
let's
was
talk
like,
about
he
it. Let's
going.
talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hold on. So now, I think that yeah,
I agree, Stacey Rose.
listen. Um, I think that what Pizarro said was just totally out of line. But see, Pizarro is the same person who will have a fit about someone talking about their child with autism and say that nobody cares about and try to compare this with her child with asthma. So we have to understand what type of mind that we're thinking of. But for her to be on, was it ODS's panel, and say that Ness's son looked like he was going to be part of the LGBTQ
And
community.
it was on his panel, because she said she got mad at him and did
Let me finish my.
she
Hold on. Let me finish my thought. For her to say that he was going to be part of the LGBTQ community, I think that was like really abhorrent. And to also say that on ODS's channel with Triple Red X, I think it was quite offensive to them, because what it was saying, she was trying to use it as an insult, but you're trying to say that being a gay male would be something insulting on the panel of a gay male. So, you know, that's the other thing that nobody has discussed. And I don't know how ODS felt. ODS definitely told her that she was out of line, but I don't know if he felt that way about it. Like, you're using being gay as an insult on my panel. So that's how I took it. And I'm not gonna lie.
Can
I
I say
took it the
something?
same way. I took it the same way.
I took it the same way too, because 300 of over 300 of my people said they not do, because I'm in the sewing channel and I just be in over there in a D-section. But yeah, they was like, what is she doing? Like, she went off on, she said, we are just gonna categorize him as this is it. And we was like, that's a child. And they was like, done. And I don't even know, it might be over 300. I'm like, I got a big panel. what in the hell are you doing? She talking about, I don't give a fuck. Then she say, fuck y'all, fuck this, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. Okay, well, look, tell her ass down. That's how I feel
Okay,
about it. I ain't gonna
Viva
lie to
Nor.
you. And then
Okay,
also what she did to Brianna.
hold on,
Okay.
hold on. I want to hear what Viva Nor has to say about that. What do you have to say about
Yes,
that?
sir.
But hold your thought on your next point. Viva
I
Nor,
don't.
do you have any thoughts on that?
No.
Okay,
I
that's fine.
I hate that anybody is in a position to talk about somebody's child. And I know how, I mean, if you want to hurt somebody, that's where you go, right? You go for the thing they love the most. And I think that people are um judging Nessa's love for her child simply because based on the fact that he's not in her presence. And I hate that anybody would attack the kid. I understand why she might have had him on camera and introduced her to her audience on some level, but this space is just not conducive of that. And you're going to have people attacking every little thing from his appearance to his speech to his, and I didn't see the child, so I'm just saying that they're going to, say whatever they think is going to hurt that parent. I don't, I cannot condone it. I mean, if Pizza said those things on ODS's panel, I mean, I don't like it, but I don't like it. That's all. I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that it was wrong. I think it was insulting to them. It had no regard for how it may make
Him feel.
them feel. It was just like no regard. You just shooting off, have no regard for your alleged friend, your alleged her and Triple Red X are supposed to be so close, and he doesn't identify as gay, but I forget what he identified. I don't want to mischaracterize him, but he definitely spoke out against it too. And is it really that serious to say that? And then when people tell you how and why and whoa, that's a little bit too much, and then to double down. See, this double downing on dumbness is like, I listen. Some things I'm not down with. I'm not down with doubling down on being dumb, because I'm not dumb, and I can't flow with dumb things. That's just me personally. People can do what they want to do, but I can't flow with dumb things. See, it was bad enough that they doubled down on that uppity stuff. Y'all ain't hit y'all. I can't double down on dumbness. I'm not me. No.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
Yeah, me either on that one. Like, and I agree with V. Lenore very much so. Like, we really don't know the dynamics of her relationship with her son.
Mhm.
And again, it's very hard to just more or less ask for help. You know what I mean? All of us are one decision away from losing it all. We've all
Hmm.
been in some
And
situation that we did not want to be in or did not foresee because we miscalculated a decision that we chose to make and it
amen.
went awry. So I think it is poor judgment when people are so quick to say, well, how can she be a mother and she does not have her child, when we don't know the details and the context of why she made that decision. We don't know what the relationship is and the actual arrangement that they have, because again, we've all struggled. You know what I mean? Like, we've all struggled at some point in time, whether it be monetarily, whether it be emotionally, whether it be mentally or spiritually, or all the above.
Mhm.
We've all went up, had ups and downs. As soon as you can get it, it's just as fast as you can lose it. So me personally, I think it's brave if you say, I can't do this. And I don't
I
want
agree.
to bring forth more harm to my child or trauma to my child than I already have, because I'm not ready yet. And really, nobody is ready to be a parent. You know what I mean? And it's easier said than done. For sure, to say, oh, well, I kept mine, whatever. Yeah, that's really easy. That was your choice. But clearly she has the backing of her family, who I'm pretty sure had a conversation and said, we will take him while you get yourself together. You know what I mean? And that's admirable, because not a lot of people have that level of support either nowadays.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I would rather a child be in a place where they are cared for, provided for at a level to where they can thrive, than to, and I'm not saying that Ness is struggling, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I would much rather see a child in a thriving situation than to pull them out and place them somewhere where the outcome may not be as good, right? Or the
Okay.
change may be very traumatic in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, so we're going to get some things clear right now. So, Raz Brooklyn, New York says she said it as a rebuttal to Ness speaking on her children. So, speaking on her children, be more specific about what Ness said when she spoke on her children, which he has every right. I think you mean she has every right to do. However, it was inconsiderate and wrong at that time. You can take it that way. No, I'm going to take it the way it factually happened. That's how I'm going to take it. See, because what I remember was, I remember which came first, the chicken or the egg. Which came first was her saying that kid looked like he was part of the gay community, and which came second was Ness going off on her when she was on her way home, because Ness did not even know that she had said that. And in the live that I listened to that Ness took down, where she said that she went places that she didn't want to go, but I don't recall hearing exactly her because I would have remembered if Ness had said something inappropriate. But like I say, my attention was on some other things around the house. So I'm not going to say she didn't, because she said she went where she didn't want to go. So what exactly did Ness say that you're trying to say that Pizarro said her son was a part of the gay community, and she had every right to say that based upon what Ness said about her children? That's my question. So can you answer that for me, please?
I can answer.
Okay.
I don't think that I think they were only being messy to Ness because he is not part of the gay community. And if he is,
No. That's not what I'm asking. I want to. She said that Pizarro said that he was part of the community as a rebuttal to Ness speaking on Pizarro's children. What did Pizarro say about Ness's? What
well,
did Ness say about Pizarro's children?
I remember Ness
What did
saying,
Ness?
yes, ma'am. I remember Ness saying that she called her kids some bitches. She said they were some bitches.
And that was prior to her coming back and saying that he was part of the
Now
community.
he's part of the community. Yeah, she said. So that's how.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
But I was like, he didn't do anything on camera that said that he was part of the community. And if he did, we wouldn't care. Like, we don't care. But they are battling back and forth for no reason. I don't even know their reason anymore. Like, why in the fuck they still fighting? Like,
can't take that away. Can't take away what Pizarro said on ODS panel as crazy. Read the statement over, Ronnie. Okay, my fault, because I thought that you were saying, I misread the statement, so I thought you were making an excuse for it. So I didn't know that there had been anything prior to Pizarro saying that. But thank you for that information, because I really wanted to be clear on that. But it does not negate. It does not negate what she said was wrong. And I do believe that it was. She should have known. It had already been discussed by that point that he listens to her channel. So it's just it's silly. It's silly. It's really silly to me.
I just and let me just say this, and then I'm gonna sit down. My bigger concern, because honestly, do I like the comments that were said? No, about a child. I don't think we should be talking about children at all. But at the same time, I guess in this instance, Now there's this chance that this child who is out here looking on YouTube for their mom might see some of these things that are said. Normally, when these things are said, we know these kids aren't out here listening to that, right?
Hmm.
But in this case, now we know there's a kid that's looking, because they're trying to connect with their mother on some level. The only thing I just wanted to highlight, really, though, is the fact that I just don't like the idea that people are. We know that Ness had a drug issue, and when she had this drug issue, she obviously had enough wherewithal to say, my son would be better off in a different space where people are loving and providing and caring for him. He'll be safe, he'll thrive, what have you. And then when she comes out of her situation, um maybe it's just not best for her still to have her child because he's thriving, and now that's going to be a bigger issue for him if he has to move to another place or what have you. Should she move there? I don't know, but what I do know is that it's most parents, when they love their child, they're going to make a sacrifice for the betterment of the kid. And sometimes the sacrifice is knowing that they're better off somewhere else. Now, and that might just be a temporary time. We don't know what the time frame is. It might be long term. But I just hate that people are stuck on the fact that she doesn't have her kid. That's all I'm saying. Because it may be best for him to be where he is, and that may be her demonstration of love for him.
Right. And she does say that he's in the best place for himself. But I think that all this talk about, oh, you ain't a mother, you ain't a mother, is that, like I said, I never heard her say that she wanted to get her kid back. And I think that all this talk about, you ain't got your kid, you ain't raising your kids, is the thing that had pushed her up to say that she want her kid back. I don't think that without all this talking about you don't have your kids. So I don't even know what they're talking about each other kids at all. So somebody said that Pizarro is always talking about, Latasha Phillips said that Ness is always talking about Pizarro's sound bites and her husband. I definitely heard her talk about her husband and, act as if she knew who her husband was. But that's a grown man. That's a grown man. He ain't on YouTube. She was wrong for that. We've heard him on YouTube. Sometimes he has been told to say hello. I don't think that anybody who you're not presenting on YouTube for content in your family should be fodder for the YouTube street. So you guys can choose if Mr. Intel has been put on the street for fodders, but I think that Mr. Intel is not on YouTube, so therefore she was wrong for that. That's just my opinion. Even though we've heard him, I don't think that he is a YouTuber, and I don't think that people who don't put their people on here for fodder should not be talked about. It's just crazy. Like, who you showing pictures of some dude? Oh, this is him, and he worked at this place, and he worked. Like, get the fuck out of here with this stuff. You guys don't have enough with all the stuff that you sit on here and talk about each other for hours that you got to go reach into people's families and don't even care if it's a lie. Like, Ness will lie. Ness lies all the time as well, so, and try to present things as if it's fact. Oh, Ronnie Q, she's in a wheelchair. Like, and you have people who actually believe these things just because these people are saying it so convincingly. So she propping up pictures of this dude and look at his dreadlocks and look at this and look at his hands. And like, I don't even know who this dude is. What am I looking at this dude for? I don't know who this dude is. Like, he wasn't a bad looking guy. And shit, he was sitting in the car that had leather seats, unlike Flickr. So shit, he looked like he was doing better than Flickr, whoever he was. So there's that. Anyway.
Ronnie Q, you are hilarious.
Look, pizza is in the chat, and then Kimberly Black said pizza is like Candyman. She done showed up. Hey,
say
pizza.
her name 3 times. Oh, she's here.
Yeah,
I don't see her. Yeah, I don't see her.
Oh,
I don't see her at all.
You'll see. Really? She just said
she must have blocked
her
me.
problem, and now she's saying, "What the fuck happened?"
What? Oh, there she is.
You see her? Okay.
Is there a problem? What problem might there be? It seems like you think there's a problem. So is there a problem? What the fuck happened?
I don't know, but I agree. If you're not on YouTube, I don't think anybody should be talking about anybody for sure. That's not on YouTube. That's always been my stance. Anyway, I got to get my son up for school and get
All
his day
right.
going. Thanks
Speaking of
for
Thank
stuff,
letting me
you for coming up.
up, guys. Y'all have a good
I,
morning,
I,
okay?
I gotta go
I
too.
greatly
Everybody have a
appreciate
great
you
day.
coming.
For having me, Ron.
Well, good. Thank you. I appreciate you guys coming up. You're right here. And what? So is there a problem? Because you come in here like there is a problem. So what problem might there be? I don't know. I'm trying to see. I was told to come here. Okay. You were told to come here. Why? You were told to come here because I said that you was wrong to call Ness son a part of the community on official D Spots channel, and that I thought that it was insulting and it could be taken like an insult to them. Yeah, you were discussed in that way, and I still feel that way. So if somebody thought that was enough to get you to come over here, tell them I said thank you, and that's what I said. What happened was we were discussing Ness and Heidi had a big real or fake blow up, and we were discussing the whole situation. So we were discussing about how the kids had been starting to be talked about, and I was under the impression that you had spoken about her son first. Somebody let me know that no, she had spoken about your sound bites first. My point was that I thought that it was wrong for you to say that on ODS's channel because ODS is part of the LGBTQ community, and for you saying that on his channel, he could have taken it to be an insult because he's a part of the LGBT community himself. So that's what was said. Oh no, I'm not gangster. So y'all never hear this girl come at. No, I did not hear her come at your sound bite. So that's exactly what I said. So no, I did not hear it. I heard her do it live and said she took it down, and I was like, and she said it was too dark, and I was like, well, shit, I was busy around the house, and I didn't recall what she said or saying anything specific about your children. Yes, I have heard her say things about your husband, and you just heard me say that I thought that was wrong. If you're not presenting your husband's not a YouTuber, he should not be bought on YouTube. And she's showing a guy on here who talking about his dress, talking about his fingers, talking about look at this, look at that, and I don't even know who this man is from Adam. And all I do know is the man was sitting in the car with leather seats, far better than the car that Heidi was sitting in. That's what I said. You can red ball it. You can write it down, take a picture. That's what I said, and that's what I mean. Child, y'all can fight for Ness all you want, but I'm not changing anything. He looks gay. Okay, so I don't know what gay looks like, but that's your opinion. So, and I said what I said. I ain't changing nothing either. Ronnie Ness speaks every day on Pizarro Kids and her. We can't forget that. Was she wrong? Yes, but that's how she fights. Y'all never hear what Ness do. Ha ha ha. No, I did not hear what Ness do because I wasn't a frequent visitor over at Ness's. So you're right. I did not hear Ness talk about her kids. "10 years old." No, I did not hear that. And I clearly said I didn't hear that. And when someone put it in the chat that Ness had spoken about her children first, I asked what did she say? She said that Ness called her children bitches. So okay, so they're out here talking about calling little girl bitches and calling little boys saying little boys look like homosexuals. So what is the point? What is the point? These are two adult women with children out here talking about children this way. They both wrong. Exactly. Come on, Ronnie Q. We know we all know how it looks. What do you mean, Gummy Bama? We all know how it looks. It's disgusting on both their parts. That's how it looks. It looks childish and disgusting on both their parts. And so I'm not going with either side of them. I said how I heard it. I was told that Ness did that first, and it's disgusting on both their parts. You think I'm going to defend somebody saying some shit like that about some kids? Simply Made, they never seem to hear the things she says about my sound bites, but be quick fighting for someone else. I ain't fighting a motherfucker's battle. Fuck both of you motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck about your battles because both of you said some dumb low-life shit about children. Fuck you and your battles, and fuck Ness and her battles. I ain't fighting nobody motherfucking battles. I'm fighting the battle that I got more motherfucking class than to sit up here and talk about children looking gay on a gay man's panel. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not here to fight for your children. I ain't got no motherfucking children, remember? You remember I ain't got no motherfucking children. You fight for your own motherfucking kids, bitch. And if you want to fucking go down in the gutter and talk about a 10-year-old looking gay on a gay man panel, that's you and your dumb ass. She called them hoes and bitches, but I didn't know that she called them hoes and bitches, but Ronnie Q is friend of the spaceship. Hit the link down. Ness said, bitches and little whores. Ness words, not mine. Well, thank you for the information. I did not hear that. I told you what I heard. And when you guys told me what was said, I accepted that dumb bitch said that shit too. How does gay look? How does gay look? You have men who are on the DL that nobody know they're gay. So how does a gay 10-year-old look? Like, are we gonna act like every gay is an effeminate male? How does gay look? And does the little boy look like a cute little boy to me? I didn't get no sexuality. I didn't sexualize a 10-year-old. But you got this is on both sides of the street. She calling her daughter hoes. That's sexualizing kids. I'm not on here doing that. So just because she did that, you have the right to do that. This is bullshit. You guys are supposed to be grown people. Talking about somebody fight for somebody. I'm saying it's all deplorable. It's all deplorable. It's all bullshit. And I'm telling y'all, Ness said she does not care what people do. People who don't know her child try to speak on him. She said it just a few weeks ago. Well, obviously she cares. Obviously she cares because she's in her feelings about her son being said that her son looks like he's a part of the community. Ronnie Q is 2023. Yes, maybe she saw some effeminate body language. I can't act like that's not possible. Okay. I got you. I understand what you're saying. Maybe she did. I didn't. Maybe she did. Okay. No one is better than the other in the situation. That's my point exactly. If they're not fighting for their own kids, but want people to fight for them, if they don't care as mothers, why should I care about their battles? Like you said, yeah, Yeah, because I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. And I ain't gonna say, oh, well, they did it first. No, okay. So that makes it okay. Because Ness did it first. So that makes it okay. Okay. It makes it okay for you. It don't make it okay for me. Me being biological heterosexual woman with a handsome face must be the gay look the unlearned bitches it speaks about. Okay, okay, I get you. Yeah, none of this shit is okay. All of this shit is crazy. Can you read my last comment? Let me see what your last comment is. Let me find it. I don't see your last comment. Can you rewrite it? I'm looking for your afro. So now we both wrong. Yeah, you both wrong. Both of you are wrong. So now you surprised that you both wrong? So you actually thought that I was going to say that, oh, I think it's okay then because she hit first. You think that I was going to actually say that was okay? No, I ain't going to say that's okay because it ain't okay with me. It can be okay with you. I don't give a fuck. It can be okay with you, but I ain't okay with none of this dumb shit y'all doing. But that's y'all. I ain't got no kids. Y'all can drag each other kids all up and down the gutter if you want to. Sexualize kids all you want to. That's y'all. That's you mothers. Let me red ball and get this day started. Hey, J Truth, how you doing? I didn't see your comment simply. Can you retype it, please? She has been talking about kids. She talked about reads kids like a dog. Some of you are delusional. Who is she? Who is she? Now, which she are you talking about? You guys need to put names in it because we're talking about all women. So I'm not sure which she you're speaking of. She's been talking about Reed's kids. J Dumb in the clouds, happy for the conversation that moved from her. Girl. Ronnie Q, from the start of me listening to this live, been saying both of y'all wrong for bringing up the children. Exactly. You're exactly right. Pizza. So pizza. You've been dragging the Reed's kids? So you've been dragging Reed's kids? See, because some of y'all think that people, are really listening in depth in this and stuff to this. So a lot of times people don't hear everything. People can hear part of the video, don't hear the rest of the video. So now pizza, somebody said you've been dragging Reed's kid. Is that true? Or did you leave? Okay, here's what you said. I said that I'm not trying to have problems with you, just stating facts, but you seem defensive. Why? I'm not defensive, but I thought that you were trying to make it seem like it was okay for Pizarro to sexualize this 10-year-old child. And I have a problem with that. Just because Ness sexualized her children. Sexualizing children is not cool for either of them to do. And I have a problem with that. That's my problem. It's not with you, but it seemed like you were trying to position it to be okay for Pizarro to do that because it was done to hers. Peace have been dragging kids. Her defense is they spoke on her. So, oh no, I don't care enough anymore to confirm. Okay. I don't understand what you're saying. Hey, ODS, how you doing? I'm not making any excuses. Sound like you are, but you don't know people's trigger point. So you as a mother don't talk about my children. It sounds like you're making excuses, Stacy. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay. Peace have been dragging kids in her defense. They spoke. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's just silly. It's silly. People need to grow up around here. People need to quit condoning horrid behavior just because it's somebody's chat that you like to sit in. You guys shouldn't be brainless to just okay and approve dumb shit that people are doing because you like to sit in their chat. If you, I mean, is that what it takes to participate in people's chat, to sit in somebody's chat, to agree on all this? I'm back. Went and got another hour sleep. Good. I'm glad you got some rest, D-Spot. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all need to grow the fuck up and quit sexualizing children, talking about they are hoes and bitches, and talking about they look like they part of the community on a panel of someone who is definitely a part of the community. So why, if they look like they were a part of the community, why was that a dig? Why was that worth noting? And then when you were told that it was offensive, why did you double down on it? And well, he do look gay. So you're on a gay man's panel and you're saying that a child looked gay, and you're saying that on a gay man's panel when they tell you that that's not cool, that's not a good thing to say. What it sounds like to me is that it sounds like you were using gayness as a weapon. That's what I said. That's what it sounds like. It sounds real disrespectful to say that to someone like it was a bad thing on your alleged friend's panel. That's what I said. And that's what I stand on. It sounds like it's a dig. So what's so insulting about being gay if ODS supposed to be your friend? Fuck out of here. Act like you guys don't understand. All right. So the link is pinned. If anybody else want to hit the link, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Her gone. Okay, bye. Hey, D-Cop, and this is who, yeah, okay, bye. Okay, so, yeah, that's all I got to say. I was talking about this thing that we saw went down with Heat and Ness arguing, fussing, and fighting once again, talking crazy. Okay, let me see what you said. I never said it was okay. I said she was wrong. They both are. You can't tell either two to stop because they both won't. I get it. I get what you're saying. My bad if sometimes when you read things, you don't get the full context of it. So like I say, I thought you were saying that since Ness struck first, that's why it was okay for Pizarro to strike back. And then you came back and say, no, they were both wrong. And now you're clarifying again that you don't think either of them were right. No, I don't think either of them are right either. And ain't nobody going to come over here in my chat and act like I'm supposed to not say what the fuck I said. That's why you got a red ball. Shit, you could have red ball and found out what I said. The motherfucker who sent you over here told you what I said. The fuck out of here. Sit up and run your mouth about on people's kids, talking about people gay in a gay man's chat room like it's an insult. What the fuck you think it? What you think it is? Using gay as an insult in a gay man's chat room. You dumb. That's some dumb shit. Ness didn't strike first. Not at all. I don't know who struck first. I look. One saying Ness did. One saying Ness didn't. The first I heard of it was about the big uproar about what happened on Triple Red X panel. I spoke on it. Then somebody said, "Oh no, she said that because Ness said something about her sound bites first." Oh, I didn't know that. What was said about the sound bites? Was it something as bad as what she said? Oh, yeah, she called her sound bite bitches and hoes. Now you coming back saying Ness didn't strike first. Who knows? If you guys motherfuckers stop living in lies and start telling the truth and grow the fuck up, maybe people can tell the truth from the false. So if you're not so proud of being liars, Ness lie, Pizarro lie, if you guys stop lying all the time, well then people will know, like, oh no, that don't sound like her. No, I know she wouldn't do anything like that. But y'all ain't got nothing better to do than to drag children. Children. Your children don't mean, your children ain't no more important than their children are. Your children ain't no more important than Reed's kids are. Your children ain't no more important than Pizarro's kids are. Your children ain't no more important than Ness' child is to them. So go the fuck up, you dumb motherfuckers. And quit talking about kids. Okay. They both wrong, though. I definitely agree. All right, so with that, that's all I got. Wait a minute. Here comes somebody I'm not familiar with. Hold on a second. Oh, they dropped down. You're more than welcome to hit the link again. Yeah, why go after the children? Like, people break their necks to do dumb shit around here. It's supposed to be full human adults. Everybody drags their kids around here, though. At least 75% of y'all. Well, you part of everybody too then. And 75% is only 2/3. That's not everybody. So, Gummy Bama, I need you to do better in your math. 75% is not everybody, and y'all would include you as well if it was everybody, Gummy Bama. Yeah, so y'all need to do better. Multiple CCs have dragged piece of children over these last week. Not one word from any of you. Who is multiple CCs who have dragged her children? Who are these multiple CCs? Who's dragged her 3/4? I'm sorry, I said 2/3. 3/4. Thank you. I got to get my math together too. Pettycations, you petty. Stay on cation. I'm waiting. Who's these multiple CCs who's drugged Pizarro's kids? Surely you have the answer since you decide to type that. Ness, who doesn't even have or is a mother to her kids, is more important. More important than what? I said her child is more important to her. Pizarro's child is more important to children are more important to her. Reed's children are more important to her. Nobody's child is more important to them than their own children. That's what I said. That's what I was trying to convey. Maybe if I didn't say it clearly, that's what I was trying to convey. To them. To them. And if you're grown enough, you ain't talking about nobody's kids anyway, and sexualizing people's kids anyway. When you got kids of your own, you got enough common sense to know that ain't cool to do. You got enough common sense to know that it ain't cool to drag no children anyway. But I ain't see you say nothing about when they said that Pizarro was dragging Reed's kids. So where's your argument about that? You want to talk about Ness? Let's talk about Reed. None of this shit is cool. I agree. Thank you, Sheila. That is my total point. I don't care who gets mad about it. That is my total point. People need to grow up around here. These children are not on the internet for this malicious fodder that you guys choose to do. And it just shows that you guys are really not creative and have very little to talk about, that you're on here dragging people's children. It's like ridiculous. So that's it, and that's all. I came on here talking about the Nest and the Heat fallout, and it. Hey Reed, let me see what you're saying, because you did come up in this conversation. Don't lie. I mean, I have never dragged her kids. In fact, here recently, I don't believe the girl has kids. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's how I got her friends. She's going to be friends with, and then even people don't care about her child, her sister kids. Maybe still she hates children. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think everybody needs to scale back. But see, everybody has been real mum on people dragging Reed's autistic child, and it's my understanding that Reed has one autistic child. But you hear recently, I heard that people saying that both of her kids are slow. Both of her kids are autistic. But see, that shows that you're a slow motherfucker, because just because you autistic don't even mean you slow. Some autistic children have very, very high IQs. So the dumb bitches who dragging Reed's one autistic child, I don't know. Are both of your children autistic? Because they has started to saying they both slow. A slow bitch saying that just because you have autism, you slow. So let's keep it real. People want to get offended about certain people, but they don't want to get offended by dumb motherfuckers out here being dumb motherfuckers. Oh shit. I said I was gonna have a good I said I was gonna read, girl. You say she has no she has no kids is a drag. Okay. Is a drag on the kids? But it ain't a drag on the kids. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey Candy Cane, how you doing? All right. Fuck Reed, she drags kids talking ish here to y'all. She tried to drag my children with another mother, so fuck Reed. Oh, okay. Rockwell, it's Pen Reed. Hold on. Let me make sure that's you.
It's me. I'm here. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah, the
I
banner
gotta
didn't
hurry
work
up because
anyway. So
I'm getting, I'm getting my kid ready for the school bus. You know, my slow kid. I gotta get him ready. um, yeah. I never dragged her children. Now, did I come at her and say, "How do you have kids?" I don't take that as a drag because that's not dragging a kid. But you have multiple times have called my child retarded and said all types of stuff. I have two sons. One is 22 years old. He is not autistic. He's not slow. He's not anything. But a good man that he is. And tell
your
you that.
sound is real low, Reed. Reed, I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
I hear you better now.
That's
Yes.
better. Okay, I
Yes.
have two children. I have a 14-year-old who's autistic, and I have a 22-year-old who's not autistic. I have never dragged that girl kids. Dragging the kid is saying, you're ugly kid or you're this and that. I have not dragged her kid. Even so recently, I've been saying, girl, you don't have no kids. How do you have four daughters and they're small ages and you're online about this amount of time? Now, is that dragging the parenting? I would say that's dragging the parenting, but I don't believe Pizarro have kids. That's not dragging people kids. So to sit there and to lie, no, give me my flowers. No, the person that you support, that you over here windmilling for, all she do is lie. Okay? That's who the liar is. But don't drag me and my kid in that mess because I don't have to. I could drag you all by myself. I drag good enough to drag you raggedy bitches by myself that I don't have to grab for your fucking children. Okay? So don't fucking get over here lying on me because you trying to fucking windmill for a bitch that wouldn't windmill the fuck for you. That you don't even know who the fuck are. That could be a whole nigga over. I'm sorry, Ronnie Q. That could be a whole man that you over there dragging for. You don't even know who you dragging for, dummy. Anyway. So don't get over here talking about some lie. I'm a grown woman. I ain't scared of none of y'all. So I have no reason to lie to any of y'all. The whole thing is y'all want people to lie to and for y'all and against y'all. I don't have to. So again, I could drag well enough that I don't have to grip a kid up. That's whack, that's weak, and that's lame to me. Anyway, thank you, Ronnie. Enjoy your morning.
All right, you as well. Hey, what's up, Lady Tia?
Ronnie Q, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Good morning. So I was in the chat, in the crowd, listening. So my thing is, I agree with you 100%. It doesn't matter who start what. When it comes to these kids, there's not, or as a mother, that is not an angle I would ever want to go with any mother. It's just never would be an angle to go to when it comes to talking about somebody's children. I don't understand
I agree.
how we get that. I don't understand how we get to where we get to somebody's child. Now, I understand that some people have brought their child on, and I agree. I did not see Ness bring her son on. That's just not my cup of tea. But now the narrative is what I'm hearing is she did it for pay and all of this stuff like that. I don't think no kid should be brought over here in this area. I don't think that Ness did it so her son can get drugged, but I'm also sure that Ness know that could have been a situation where her son may be talked about negatively. And yes, there's a lot of mothers around here, and yes, some of these mothers have drug kids, but at the end of the day, that's the atmosphere. It don't matter. Everybody's intentions don't be the same. If they don't like you and they see your child, they will find something negative to say. It ain't got to be nothing wrong with your child. So I don't agree with what Ness did as far as bring her son around, because this ain't where this at for the children. Because regardless, he could have been straight A's, showing a report card of straight A's. They would have found something to say negative, and I think she should know that already, that it was going to be something negative to say. So I don't think that was a good move. As far as Ness and being in her son's life, I do agree with K-Fit on she is probably, because she's probably gotten to the point where she's tired of being called a bad mom or absent mom. I would rather her be absent, as far as she don't have the capacity or have the time and make the effort for him to be with his brother than to be with her. But I can understand that it can get frustrating that people continue to say that she is not there for her child. I know that bothers her or whatever. And sometimes you just got to stop talking junk when you in a situation. Sometimes you can't be talking junk when your situation ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
sometimes you have to reserve your opinion. Sometimes you have to reserve your opinion if you think it's gonna put your kids in the crosshair.
Right, and her moving to Seattle or being in Seattle, I don't know who said it, but I don't. And Ness, I like Ness, but I like to tell the truth too. I don't think that was a good move if that was if you wanted to be in your son's life, because she still needs to build with her son to where she's got him on the weekend. Seattle and Atlanta, allegedly, if that's where her brother is, that is a good far stretch. She still need a village around her son, and being so far away, that's not a good move if her intention is to get her son.
Well, I listen. Look, from my recollection of it, it seems like when she went to her rehab, what she want to call, what does she call it, seminary school or whatever, divinity school or whatever the fuck she tried to call it. When she went left Miami to do that stint, she said that she was going to Seattle. So I think it was the convenience of being around a new place, having your mind clear, like, oh, everything is beautiful when you're not high. So Miami or Atlanta could have been as refreshing once her mind had cleared. So I think that this is me. I'm thinking that is why she chose to move to Seattle and thought like, oh, this is like most addicts think like, oh, this is going to change everything. And, she's right back to, drinking and getting high on marijuana. as far as I know, that's the only thing she's getting high on. But I think, just like you, like I said, I think now that was the first. Somebody else told me that she said that she would like to get her son back. I had never heard her say that, but I'm
Oh, I
thinking
didn't
that
either.
now. Yeah, so somebody else told me that. I did not hear her say that. So if that is her contention now, I think that she could still be a part of her son's life if she lived in closer proximity to her son, and her son could still, or they can, start slowly and stuff. She can just, visit, be around, be available, be close. But,
Right.
people got to make the sacrifices and decisions for themselves. If that's what you want to do, then it's going to take sacrifice. You can't just like, oh, I wish it was so, because you're going to have to sacrifice for your kids, for your kids' life to be better. So that's where it at. It ain't about you no more. Once you have a child, it's about that child. So
Yeah. So,
that's how that
Monica,
came up, because I never heard her say that.
well, Monica, I have a sister, that a stepsister. She has 3 kids, and my cousin have them most of the time. She's still at the mindset where she want to go out a lot. So my cousin just keep the kids, and their dad keeps the kids, half the kids or whatever. But her mindset haven't changed. So I wouldn't want my nephews to go with my sister, because she ain't there yet. She's not available, and she ain't got the
Yeah.
time. But as far as Ness, I don't, like I say, we both didn't hear her say that that's what she wanted. But if she did, I'm in support of that. I'm in support of a child, reuniting with their parent. And if she's, like she said, they are there. She's in his life. She's just not in his life on a regular basis, on a daily basis, as far as school and things like that. But I support her if that's what she want to do. She just really needs to be closer, because she don't know how things could be as far as having her son on a day to day, being so far away from where he is. He knows how things go, and Ness is not sure of what could happen, as far as maybe he can get her upset, or maybe she can get him upset, and how that would react, or either one of them react. And being so far away, that'll be uncomfortable for her brother, and probably for him. And she wants to make sure that he always feels safe. So I would want her to be closer, but I will support that if that's what she want to do, because it is a good direction and in the right direction as far as that. Because every child wants to know that their mom loves them and wants them or whatever. So, but I just think the move was way too far. And as far as talking about the children, both of them are
Hold
wrong.
on, Lady
All
Tia.
are wrong.
Hold on one second, Lady Tia. I got that wrong. It's several people in the chat saying that her son and her brother were in Seattle when she moved to Seattle. So so when Ness
So if
moved
they're
to
close,
Seattle,
that
this
is
is
great.
where they were. But they're no longer here. So yeah, so maybe that is why she moved to Seattle.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's okay. So that made sense is why she made the move to Seattle, because it was kind of like that's a
Mhm.
big stretch or whatever. But if they was once in Seattle, that made sense. But if Ness is on a journey to have her son present in her life, I would suggest that she be closer to the rest of the family, so she can get that support on both ends. He can have the support around him, and she can have the support around her. And I think it'll be starting good with weekends, and then everybody got to be comfortable, and that should be comfortable as well.
Okay,
So,
I agree. Thank
and
you for
oh my
coming
last
up. I appreciate it.
one more thing,
Huh?
Ronnie Q. One more thing, the thing on talking about the children and who's wrong and who said it first is wrong. It's just wrong all the way around. I don't think no parent should ever need to go to a direction of kids. They shouldn't even be thought of. That's the last thing that ain't even a thing to go to when it comes to talking about a grown person. Children shouldn't even. It's just as if everybody don't have kids. That's what it should be. As children should never be a part of the track.
I agree. I definitely agree about that. And it's unfortunate.
Ironic you.
And yeah, all right, thank you. Now Thank you. I appreciate you coming up and having those comments. All right, so give me my flower says Ness has never said she wanted her son back. She wants him to be with her brother. Uh, that's the only thing I had heard, but there were several people in here today who had said that recently they heard her say that she wants her son to come back with her. Not like immediately, but like that is a goal. I That's how I took it. Not like I'm going to go pick him up today or tomorrow. And so there's that. I didn't hear, but several people in the chat has said that they have heard her express, wanting to be a part of her son's life on a more, wanting her son back home with her is what several people in the chat were telling me. So that's how that part of the conversation came up. And like I said, today was the first time of me myself ever hearing about that. So I'm not saying that I heard her say that. And today was the first time me ever hearing that Ness has said that. So take it for what it is. You have people who said that they heard her say that. I didn't hear her say that, but that's why we were discussing that aspect of the conversation. But if you remember, she moved in with a white male that did drugs and got put out. Why would her family let her live like that? Makes no sense. I don't know. I don't know. I I don't that guy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, maybe they were letting her adult. I don't know. Okay, so okay, I have one more person in the back. Let me see what's going on. Asia, Aisha, is it Asia or Aisha?
Aisha.
Hi, Aisha.
Hi, Aisha. Lord, I just got up. I'm running late. I just got to my computer, but I had awakened and saw that both you and Pizarro were on live. How are you this morning, Miss Ronnie Q?
I'm great in
Oh,
yourself.
honey, I'm making it. But I just want to, I've been an observer. I don't do a lot of jumping on the panels and things or whatever, but I, observed a lot of people for a very long time. I agree with everyone. Of course, it is a given that we should not be in this cesspool of the microcosm of YouTube talking about anybody's kids. However, I will state that it has now become a norm over the past year and a half. I think a lot of things have happened within the beef sector to shift the atmosphere to a more dark and negative place. And so there seems not to be any, type of code, especially, and it depends on, who's in charge for the moment, because that hierarchy can switch up, every 3 to 6 months as well. And so I find a lot of, so-called adults and those who believe that I don't know, for people to have a moral compass, and they only have a moral compass for those that they like or whatever. And we all have our problematic faves. However, it has never been okay, not in your real life. And then a lot of people get away with doing stuff on here that they would never, attempt to do in their real life. So I think that, as far as, Ness and her child or whatever, that is a very complicated situation. I remember maybe about in the beginning of the summer, I got on Bree's panel, or maybe it was uppity or whatever, and I was about to speak on, the whole Ness and, her child thing or whatever, and I was stopped dead in my tracks. And I apologize profusely or whatever, because I also have a child, and I know that I wouldn't want anybody bringing that situation. However, I wasn't going to speak about Nessa's child per se. I was speaking about the decisions that led to where she currently is and her situation, with her motherhood. Now, her, son, for whatever reason, whether she relinquished her son into her family's, caregiving, or whether, he was taken away, either, what matters is the fact that her son is currently in a situation that is the most conducive to him, and that is going to, be a healthy environment. I think that Nessa is very well aware of the fact that, right now she's trying to get her stuff together, and it may not take, it may take a year, it may take 2 years or whatever, but she's trying to get herself together, no matter what she's doing on the sidelines. She is aware that her son has no business being around her right now when she is, like, she's trying to get herself together. And I'm not sure why people don't understand. Who wants their I mean, like, anybody that grew up during the crack era or whatever, who wants their kids to grow up around that type of situation? I'm not familiar with that. So when folks go in on, oh, she don't even got her son. No, she doesn't, but he's in a better situation. Like, he's in a situation that's good for him. It doesn't matter, so at that point, it is beyond, like the fact that her son is not there. Do y'all want him there? Should he be there during the Halloween, party when she's acting the fool? Is that what y'all want? Or do you want him to be there so it can be more fodder for the internet to, judge and talk about, what they're already talking about or speculating about? In the case of, everybody else and their kids with, whatever disabilities they have or whatever, absolutely, yeah, that's not cool. Why are you like that? That's not some shit that you would do in real life. That is not what you would do in real life. I put $1, 10 toes down on 2 quarters. The majority, 75%, I think, Ms. Gummy has said, 75% of these people that are, on here talking mess and being as judgmental, like that's not how they navigate and operate, in their real life. And I'm assuming that's why they stay online for 75% of the day. Because and as far as Ms. Pizarro, out of everyone who was mentioned that has children or whatever, I never heard the babies in it. I did see the little, camera slip and the baby using the phone, and just all kind, and when it comes to Pizarro, because she is a troll, everything is for speculation or for those who have jumped on her bandwagon to, agree with whatever narrative that, is being spread. We don't know anything about Pizarro. We only know what she says, when she gets up on here, and, and her stories will fluctuate from day to day. And so I don't like when I'm looking in the chat and folks is coming up, yeah, I'm not joining that bus. I'm not getting on that bus with y'all. I'm not, because I know what I see and I know what I hear, and I know how to, I can deduce to come up with different, theories of what's going on or whatever. But what I'm not, I don't. It be the land of delusion. So I think right now the beef sector is in a state of delusion that, and it's like a whole big group think where everybody has jumped on. But is this the Mandela effect? Like, what's going on, y'all? I don't understand. Are you grown? Like, did everybody graduate at least from high school with it or got a GED? Did everybody at least get a 10th grade education? Because when folks get in, the arguments are so very straw man, so very red herring. Like, so I'm not. I'm not understanding how everybody, and then you get folks with a bare voice on here that will push a narrative and almost bully people into abandoning their common sense. Like, does that make sense? Is that something that you would do in your everyday life? Are you on here, with your big balls, speaking real loud with your chest?
Hold on one second. Okay, hold on one second. Give me your Shut up, girl. Give me your flowers. I saw you say you were leaving, but thank you for all your comments. And I see what you're saying, that why would they leave her to be in a situation where she had to find a place on Craigslist that wasn't safe because the dude was losing drugs all the time. Now I got what you were saying. I definitely got what you were saying, but I don't know if they did. I don't know what happened in that situation, but I understand what you were saying. But go ahead. Now, is this what we do? Come on here yelling and screaming, sticking our chest out in what? Bullshit? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying that I find that a lot of people that, the ones who are more influential, that can kind of turn the tide for whatever narrative that, that they want to be on the main stage or whatever, that sometimes they will have a tendency to, speak strongly or whatever, just with so much conviction and so much passion about stuff that doesn't even make sense. Giving, trying to give way to, somebody because they like them, not because it's right or wrong, but yeah, it's wrong, but, and they'll push that, it's super wrong. But we're going to, but we love this person, a lot is going on over the past 3 months or whatever with a lot of people that folks enjoyed, the cult of personality. However, there's just a lot of things that we can hear and see with our own 2 eyes and our own 2 ears that be like, yeah, I think for the most part, if it is that, upsetting and that disgusting to folks or whatever, what we can do as a collective, as subscribers, or whatever, when folks is getting up here talking crazy and don't do this and don't do it, like, you're allowing some other, unknown grown person on an internet app to talk to you crazy about some stuff that is wrong. I just take away my support or whatever, and we can ice people out. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that you ain't got to watch it. You don't, and then folks can know what side of their toast is buttered. Like, do you understand that these people are only made by us because we watch them? Did y'all know that we control all this?
Yeah, and listen. Okay, I want to be clear. I'm not telling nobody to don't watch nobody.
No, ma'am. No.
The views of the because you know how you know how
Oh
it
yeah,
can be
yeah. All
funny.
right, so I'm,
So
I'm
go
trying to
ahead.
be as
No,
intentional and clear.
go ahead.
Okay. All right, I just want to be intentional and clear with my words or whatever. The views
Mhm.
that I'm stating right now are only my views or whatever. Miss Ronnie Q, I'm not trying to insinuate that you have at any at any given time got up here and try to make people believe what you want them to believe or whatever. For the most part, I will say on you have a very much the voice of reason, whether you are giving the voice of whether you cussing or not or whatever. You still speak with sound mind and clarity and shit that makes sense or whatever. Whereas like folks will who are speaking the opposite, they be not, oh no, because I actually got on here because I went over to Pizarro first because she popped on my feed first, and she is very very upset. I don't know what you had said. I'm when I get off of here, I'm gonna go back and look at some stuff to see what did everybody say. Why is Miss Pizarro so upset? Why is she cussing out the people? Talking about I can talk about anybody's kids, and that alone. Listen here, grown
See,
people.
there we go. Okay, she sure can, and she can take what comes with that. She can take what comes with that. If she want to sit up and say she can talk about anybody's kids, well, she should be. She should have her chest poked out to take whatever comes with her talking about anybody's kid. So why is she mad?
I got, what, do you remember, I don't know if you watched The Wire, but Marlo had said to the man one day, because he was like, trying to represent his manhood. It's very simple. But he said, Marlo, touted to the man after he got done, I'm a man, treat me as such, respect me as such. And Marlo said, you know what, you want it one way, but it's not that way. You want it to be one way. And I think that Pizarro is under the impression that, she should be able to do, run around as she pleases with there should be no repercussions or reconciliation of that. She believes that she should be, but a lot of folks on here, I'm not even going to hold Pizarro to it or whatever, because there's a lot of people that think they can say and do whatever they want with no repercussions. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I agree.
So I went, the only thing I have to say, I hope everybody has a blessed day, a wonderful day. I'm just getting started. I'm running late, trying to put my son's little French toast in here. However, I just want to, I just wanted to point that because that was just a whole bunch for me to wake up to. Like, come on now. Like, and I need y'all to, like, what the beef sector does not allow is nuance. It does not, there is nobody that's going back to look at videos. There's a lot of lazy folks on here that can't, like, we can see what everybody said. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that these a lot of these people have downloaded and screen recorded a lot of these lives and stuff, so people will contradict themselves and lie about things that they did or did not say when indeed it was said. And y'all will just run with it. Y'all not even looking. We're not. Yeah, what they said is real. Yeah, that's no. Are you 5? What's that? And that angers me sometimes. And then I have to take a break and look at other stuff because I be so like perplexed, befuddled, bewildered, flabbergasted by the cognitive dissonance that is spread across this this particular sector. Because do better.
I definitely agree with
better.
that. Yeah. Thank you for coming up. So I really appreciate your comments. So yeah, everybody has different opinions, but I'm gonna state mine, and that's how I feel. All right, you have a great day,
and I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, wonderful day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So all right, you guys, that's all I have for today, and I really thank everyone for coming up. I thank you guys. The people who send me a cash app. This conversation went in a different direction than what we were going. When I don't know things, I will let you know that, I didn't hear this from myself, but I thank you all for being here. And I'm glad that we were able to have this conversation because it seemed like, people had some opinions about it, and it was a good conversation. So I thank you all for coming out and being with me today, and I hope you have a great day. All right, so peace, and I am out. Bye-bye.